Going live, and let me welcome you. I'm Nita Marquis. If you're watching this back, I am back at it with shiny hunting. I will never not be shiny hunting. I take small breaks from shiny hunting on streams, but nonetheless, you can always count on me coming back. So, just to get that out of the air really quickly, let me do an audio check. It looks like everything is good. Welcome to the New Year's Eve shiny Giratina once again, now crossing into 3K. I did the math, and I deleted like 19 hours of recording, dead recording of just Giratina on the left side, your left. That's Brilliant Diamond. Brilliant Diamond I had been hunting in. I had not been hunting in Diamond since the stream, so I'm at just about 2K on the right, 3K on the left. That's 5,000 encounters total. Don't worry, we're going to find something. That said, let me just do a quick check, make sure everything is good before we get going here. You can see me on the right, you can see me on the left, which really screws me up because actually the game that is on the left in reality is on the right. The one that's on the right screen is actually on the left, so that messes me up too. Alright, let me do an audio check for myself just for my own sanity. Stream is running extremely smooth today. I've got like less than a second of delay. That's that's pretty good. Let me grab some water. Let me thank those lurkers out there. There's a couple people already in chat. Welcome, welcome, my friends. Hopefully you guys are going to have a fun time here for a little bit. I'm just going to get some resets out of the way, and hopefully a big moment happens today. That's the most I can ask for. So Happy New Year to you all. Well, close to anyways. And I will be attending a New Year's party in a few in Animal Crossing. Alright, well, I think I'm good. Let me move this forward. Also, a little fun surprise for me. I decided to have a bloody nose right before the stream, so, you know, there's always something cool and exciting going on, and that's what my cool and exciting moment is this time, is my nose may just start spewing blood out at any moment. Awesome for me. Alright. Let's do the first reset on the right side. I feel confident. And then let's go on the left here. And let's do it. We are starting off strong with the resets. Got everything set up. The right screen is going to be the fast one. The left screen is going to be the slow one. And that's just the beauty of modern technology, apparently. I mean, there's not exactly a whole bunch to load that we didn't already have, so here we go. Bloody nose equals telekinesis. Livid, welcome to the stream. I feel like you're referencing the movie Firestarter. Is that what you're going for? Oh, dang it. I saved the game facing forward. So the old game actually has a journal that used to report your progress on, like, here's what I did this day, here's what I did this day. So every time you start on a new day, you have to save the game. So I just saved it right now before the stream, but I saved it facing the screen. I didn't want that. Oops, once again. I was just showing it that time. I dug my own grave on that one. Looks like we are going into this with absolutely no luck. Anyways, how you doing, Livid? How is your New Year's going to be going for you? The stream topic today is New Year's. That's pretty much it. That's all I got. Whatever is going on for New Year's. I will read the Discord topic, too, shortly for the stream topic for Discord. That's not what I wanted to do. I just messed up my settings. Hang on one second. Okay, I need to put that on. All right. I set it up on performance mode. Basically, I can't see a preview of the screen, and the reason I do that is because it's better for the audio. Getting COVID tested today or tomorrow? Well, hopefully I hope for your negative, non-detectable result. I just had a friend that got COVID tested, and she said, yeah, they kind of prepped her. They're just kind of like, heads up, don't cough, don't sneeze, don't do anything. the swab's going to go pretty far up your nose. And she literally just goes like, what? And then that fast, the swab was like trying to scrape her brain. Not to scare you, but it's not that bad. It's only a couple seconds, but Game Boy Boyle and Magical Raven, welcome, welcome. Game Boy Boyle, I was just kind of looking at your Twitter here. I was literally thinking, you said you wanted to hang out in Animal Crossing, and I'm going to an Animal Crossing New Year's party. I'm like, I wonder if I could ask her if I could bring Game Boy Boyle, which you two have encountered each other on Twitter. It's Skyheart Demon. I'm sure you remember her. And Magical Raven, how are you doing today? I'm doing great because my nose decided to bleed right before the stream. That was a fun, exciting new adventure for me. You know, it was like I haven't had a good nosebleed in a while, so you know, keeping up that on your toes feeling for New Year's. And that's why I might sniffle every now and then. Don't worry, I'm moving away from the mic when I do that. But I gotta sniffle very, very carefully. I don't want to bust anything loose. I found out there's a nasal spray too that's great for plugging things up after the fact, after your nose starts going. So if anybody has chronic nosebleeds like I do, check that out. I'll let you know what that is. Over the counter, nothing special. Signal's acting up. Oh no, Raven. Raven, it is out and we can't hear. I'm just kidding, Raven. We're still here for you, even if your signal's acting up. I thought I'd press my luck and do encounters one more time before the new year. I found out. I'd have to look it up really quickly, which you know what, I can do that for you. I looked up what the random number generator is, what the generator itself is for Brilliant Diamond. And that I can get for you because I wrote it down. It is the XOR Shift 128. XOR Shift 128 is basically a very, very prominent random number generator in gaming. Long story short, it turns out that I was somewhat right about the whole frames thing, like I am with the left side here. Or I'm sorry, the right side. OG Diamond. Remember how I said OG Diamond, the frames are cycling as you start up the game? And you can use that to pretty much RNG manipulate, which I'm not going to do here. I'm going to get it naturally. But you can, you pretty much, every time you start up the game fresh, you're rolling the dice with the same number generator every time. So the shiny frame doesn't move. It's always the same spot. And basically, you're trying to hit that frame. That's what soft resetting is. Well, on Brilliant Diamond, because it uses XOR Shift 128, it's using a lot of variables that this game does not. I'm pointing to OG Diamond. This game does not. So, yes, it is from console boot. So whenever you boot up the software, the frames are moving, but it also depends on the time on the clock and a few other variables that I do not know anything about because I'm not a programmer. Basic story, long story short here is, on the left side, rather, Brilliant Diamond, you're better off resetting as fast as possible. On the right side, OG Diamond, you're better off booting up the game and then giving it different intervals before you talk to Giratina. That way you get the most chance of landing on different frames. Because if you just boot up the game as fast as possible on OG Diamond, you're going to be landing in the same frames over and over and over and over and over, and it's going to be a long time if that shiny frame isn't there. You're going to be messing around with resets for a very long time. Oh no, Raven, you're having glitches. Glitches for New Year's. That's no fun. I'm actually having the opposite. Everything's running super smooth. The delay on the stream is so small. How many encounters in? OG Diamond, I'm around 2K, and Brilliant Diamond now, I'm around 3K. So it'll catch up depending on how long we go, but I'm around 3K because I had like 11 hours of stream resets, and then I have 19 hours of footage I deleted. I shouldn't call it footage, recording time that I deleted from just Brilliant Diamond. So since it's about 100 encounters an hour-ish, that's how I determined where I'm at, about 3K. And that is 1,100 resets on stream, 1,900 resets off stream, and that's about 3K. Game Boy Boyle, how have you been? I saw your Twitter poll. I should have retweeted that. I didn't check Twitter after you had said I should retweet your poll. So I saw Michael Jackson's Moonwalker defeated Pokemon. I was gonna say, you have played that game before, right? We were talking about this at one point. This is not new to you, right? Oh, don't worry. Someday I'm gonna get Cresselia. Or Mewtwo. Mewtwo and Let's Go is about a 30,000 resets at this point, roughly. I actually keep a log of how long I reset. I just average it out. I don't count anymore. I'm done counting. I counted years ago. Like, I see people that they'll run a program and they'll have a physical counter and they'll actually be counting physically their resets. I'm like, no, I'm done with that. Do you have any idea how many shinies? I've caught over 500. I am not counting anymore. I'm done. So, plus, Sandygast was the first shiny in a long time that I counted. And as soon as I counted, that's when it goes to 22,000 resets. So that told me right there, never count your shinies. Because the second you start counting, Nito, we're going to make this the universe. This is the universe talking to Nito. Nito, we're going to make it hell on you. I'm gutted I have to play some crappy Michael Jackson game. It's the all-time Michael Jackson game. You're talking about legendary, man. It will live in infamy forever. Just hearing you guys chatter such. No, Raven, I'm legitimately concerned about your glitching. I want to include you in the conversation as well, but it's kind of hard because you're glitching. So, Raven, how about you? Raven also plays Animal Crossing. She's playing Animal Crossing. What is that game called? It's not New Leaf, not New Horizons. It's called whatever it is. Come on. I'm not an Animal Crossing expert. That's why I don't know the name. I'm sorry, Raven. But you are playing it. So you will also be celebrating in Animal Crossing, I would assume. Ringing in the new year. Yeah, it's called Pocket Camp, right? Is that what it is? No more glitches? We fixed the glitches. All right. Glitches. And thank you for the likes on the stream. Sorry, I had to reach over and reset this really quickly. I'm okay letting OG Diamond scroll through frames. Actually, it doesn't really... Well, yeah, it does. I'm sorry, it does. I'm okay letting that one scroll through frames a little bit. The one on the left here, Brilliant Diamond... It's better off that I just reset it as quickly as possible. Remember, just because we are soft resetting for a random shiny doesn't mean we have to have everything random. Knowing how the RNG works, that's the best way to do it. Most people just pray to RNGesus and hope for the best. Nito knows how this thing works. I'm not a programmer, but that doesn't mean I don't know the mechanism. See, that's why you're dealing with advanced stuff right here. I'm no noob hunter, man. I invented shiny hunting. Okay, maybe I didn't invent it. But if you think about it, I have never seen anybody that has shiny hunted as long as I have. So the people that taught me how to shiny hunt, they probably died. Oh, I'm sorry, that's rude. They probably don't play Pokemon anymore. So, I'm joking. They're not dead, but, well, they might be. I don't know. Do you think Tom Nook is a criminal mastermind? Yeah, dude, Tom Nook, like... I always figure, okay, I'm gonna make a joke and then I'm gonna make a reference. Game Boy Boyle, this is mostly for you because I've already told Raven this, but Raven, you may have forgotten. So, step one, I always imagine that Tom Nook has this overcoat, you know, like a suit, a tuxedo overcoat, and he's just like, hey, you took a loan out. You took a loan out the other month. Remember that? I noticed you missed your first payment. Listen, buddy. I don't want to make things hard. I know things are going on, but do yourself a favor, kid. Get that loan payment in because I don't want to see those beautiful kneecaps all mangled up. You know, they look good. They look good on you. I like those knees. Don't make me make a fool out of you. You get me my money. That's how I figured Tom Nook is. The reason I say that is because the new Animal Crossing DLC, well, it's not new now, but still, it's been out for a few months, added a new character. That character is a hamster. The hamster's name is Marlowe. If you look at Marlo the hamster has a small, little Italian mustache. He has a pair of sunglasses, and he has puffy cheeks because he's a hamster. I will tell you what this is a reference to because even the wiki hasn't caught on to this yet. I need to tell whoever runs that wiki, guys, you're missing the reference. Marlo the hamster is a reference to The Godfather. The reason he is because Marlo is a combination of the actor's name who played The Godfather. Marlon Brando. Marlo. And not only that, he's a hamster because in the movie The Godfather, Marlon Brando stuffed his cheeks with cotton balls to make them puffy so that he would get that raspy, echoey, weird, deep Godfather, scary, ominous voice. So he stuffed his cheeks with cotton balls. Thus, Marlo is a hamster. It is the absolute greatest thing ever, and nobody has seen The Godfather outside of us, so nobody caught on to that reference. Now, I tried to make it go trending on Twitter. I tried to inform the peons that they're missing this amazing, awesome, hilarious reference, but they did not know. They did not catch on. So now you guys know the secret. Game Boy Boyle, if you search, because you probably have Twitter available to you. Well, I do too. Do you want? Heck, I'll DM you. I'll DM you right now. And Raven, I'll DM you the same thing. We're stopping the resets. I'm literally DMing you guys right now. This is happening. All right, hang on 1 second. 1 second. I will do the work for you. Here we go. Okay. First, I think I may have sent this to Raven, but maybe I didn't. All right. Boyle, I'm sending you this on Twitter. That's your DM. Raven, you're getting it on Discord. All right, there you go. That's it. I have DM'd you both exactly what I was talking about. Feel free to laugh. It is hilarious. And you guys, or at least I know Game Boy Boy, you know The Godfather. Raven, I would assume you know The Godfather, but if you don't, now you do. So the wiki hasn't even caught on to that reference yet. Whoever runs that wiki, I need to inform them. Absolutely hilarious, dude. I have got to get Marlo. And he has an amiibo card, so I'm just, you know what? People don't even want Marlo. They're all caught up on like Anka, which I do want Anka, and trying to think of the other cat, Raymond the cat. Like they all want them. I'm like, dude, I could probably pay 99 cents and get Marlo's amiibo card. I'm doing this. I did not say that you're old. I said you're classy. You're classy and you're prevalent to this information. I knew I sent that to you, Raven. I knew it. That's all right. I sent it to you again now. See, you got it twice. I care double. There you go. You've seen the masterpiece that is The Godfather. I know people hated The Godfather 3. Throw me in my grave and shoot me now because this is how the opinions go over on Twitter. I was okay with The Godfather 3. I liked it. 1 and 2 blew my mind. 1 and 2, you cannot tear yourself away from the movie. But number 3, I was still okay with that. I mean, I gotta admit, I was actually physically shook. I did not expect the Sonny and the fishing boat scene. That was pretty intense. I remember not seeing that coming at all. I was like, no, he's not gonna do it. No. And then he did. And I was like, oh my God. that was intense. Zachary Necrozma, what are my plans for tonight? I will be attending an Animal Crossing New Year's party. Naya is also going to be coming over. We were going to try and do a couple things. First off, I'm finishing Final Fantasy X for her, although I haven't played it myself in probably close to 20 years. I mean, it's been a long time. Well, maybe not 20 years. I don't think I played X when it came out new. But either way, I got the remastered version, so Naya and I have been casually playing through that. I got stuck on Unalesca a little bit. And this is mostly for Game Boy Boil, but if you guys are familiar with X, I got stuck on Unalesca for a very small amount of time. It took me like 5 tries. I got her. And then, man, I got stuck, of all things, on Jacked. I'm like, what? How am I stuck here? I'm like, no way. So that was what my plans are, is Animal Crossing and Final Fantasy. It's currently 1 o'clock p.m. Who's welcome, says, oh, I remember when you were shiny hunting for Dialga, which was absolutely an awesome hunt because it worked. I thought you wouldn't do that. Now look at me. I'm shiny hunting too. Welcome to the crusade, my friend. Shiny hunting is an addiction, isn't it? I remember when I very first started shiny hunting. At first, I started resetting, and I was like, oh man, this is a nightmare. I'm not gonna do this. Are you kidding? I was a kid. I didn't have that kind of attention span. Next thing you know, I'm seeing people posting their shiny Lugias, and I'm like, oh, I gotta have that. And then, well, 21 years later, or 20-ish, probably between 20 and 21, I'm still going. I know, I caught her up on all the good games. I'm almost depressed that she really didn't like Final Fantasy VIII. She thought it started off really, really well, and then the ending kind of botched it for her. (10:13 a.m.) So Raven, I think you're going to be the last one to flow into 2022. Game Boy Boil, you're going to be the first one. So the party will be at about 5 a.m. for you. I don't know when the party is. I'm not really sure. She's going to be live streaming it, so I figure I'll just pop in at some point and go visit her island. Dialga and Giratina have such good shinies, but then there's Palkia. We don't talk about Palkia. Palkia doesn't have a horrible shiny, but I agree. Like, I don't know why, but in my mind, Palkia, I feel like, should have been mint green. Don't ask me why. I don't know where that color's coming from. I know that Dialga's already kind of a mint green, but, like, Palkia should have been a minty green. I don't know. Maybe that would look terrible, too, but I just feel like nobody knows truly how they decide the shiny forms over at Game Freak / the Pokemon Company / Nintendo. We don't even know who makes that call. Nobody knows. But we don't know how they decide it. We know that they're in tune with it. Welcome, Biozine, my friend, to the crusade for shiny Dialga. Jeez, I already got Dialga. Shiny Giratina, my bad. Nobody knows how they make that decision. However, we know they're in tune with it because they turned purple Charizard into black Charizard for fan service. We know that they care somewhat, and we know that they certainly market the shinies. Pokemon Go is constantly running shiny events, so they used to like not address the fact that they're shinies in the game. They didn't call them shinies officially until Gen 5. Now they're very open about it, but we still don't know why or how the decisions are made. So I don't know who made the call to make Dialga so cool and Palkia but that person should be, I don't know, regretful, let's say. I think that's the appropriate word, because it doesn't really hurt anything. And let's be honest, how many people get shinies? Well, the answer is 1 in 8,192, I suppose, give or take. Oh, let me do a quick audio check. You guys can hear me very well. Magical Raven says people in Japan and the Philippines and Australia already got their New Year's. Yeah, I was going to say, it's 1 o'clock, so they should be, the people that are 12 hours off from me, they're in 2022 already. Zachary Necrozma says, thoughts on Pokemon Unite? I don't really play MOBAs anymore. I played a decent amount of League of Legends. That was the only game I really played in college. I kind of benched all of my gaming stuff, and I said, when I get my degree and finish up school, I'll come back to all this. Either way, Unite appears to be a fantastic game. I'm proud of it because I know that they were nominated for, I don't know if it was the topic in the Game Awards, the MOBA. I don't know if MOBA has a category. I know they were nominated, but Unite has done extremely well, so I am pretty proud of them. That said, I want to switch the audio really quickly, guys. I just want to confirm everything sounds okay. So, in fact, I'll make the encounter and then we'll check this. Arceus Shiny has the same color as Beta Arceus. Absolutely. I remember reading that story. Where's my... Okay. Really quickly, just double checking with everybody. Make sure you can hear both. So I'm going to turn the Elgato off. You no longer... Oh, wait. There you go. You can no longer hear Brilliant Diamond. You will now hear the wonderful sounds of my voice and the DS. So I would like confirmation really quickly that the DS sounds okay. That you can hear everything well on that Nintendo DS. Is it too loud? Sounds right? Yeah, I did an audio check earlier, Raven, and I appreciate you confirming that. I'm curious about that DS sound. How does that sound? Sounds good? All right. Just in case I have to switch it over at any point. You don't want to hear this, because I'll let you hear. There's a... Because we're using, whatever this wire is called, dances to the Giratina Pixel song, heck yeah. Here's the problem. It's a physical DS, so the reason that matters is because if I were to reset it, this is what you're going to hear. This is why you don't want me running this audio. Hear that staticky feedback? That's why you don't want me doing that. So we're going to switch it back here to Brilliant Diamond. Well, I shouldn't say unfortunately. I'm using a physical DS for this, so of course I like it that way. However, that means that you're going to get that audio feedback when there's no noise. If I knew more about audio, I would be able to tell you how to fix that, but I can't because I'm not an audio expert. Naya is, but I've never asked her, so maybe I should. Alright, let's put that back in performance mode so you can hear me better. And let me grab a swig of water. No, that's good, Raven. Maybe it didn't pick it up after all. Are we seeing Game Boy Boyle playing through the legendary Michael Jackson's Moonwalker tonight? This very night? That would be insane right there. Oh, Game Boy Boyle, too. Same thing. Since I just played through Final Fantasy X, I will give you this. I will admit. Two things. One, yes, it was very linear. I'm okay with linearity as long as the story hooks you really hard. The replay value goes down when something's super linear, I will admit. But it is linear. Number two, I have mentally blocked Final Fantasy X's flaws. Holy crap, I did not realize how annoying it was to have to do the chocobo thing to get Tidus's ultimate weapon. I was ready to punch the game, and I gave up. I'm not doing it. I got Tidus's sun crest for his ultimate weapon. I'm not going to get that sigil. Forget it. Vast, welcome, my friend, to a New Year's stream, the last attempt of the year for me to get Shiny Giratina. It could happen on either game. We have two games. Anything could happen. How do I pronounce... Wait, do you pronounce it linear or linear? Sometimes I do both. I catch myself slipping up. I don't know why that happened, but yeah. There's linear if it's just linear. But then linearity is the word I use when it's something is a attributes of linear. It's linearity. I loved it the first time I played it, didn't vibe the second time around. Thankfully for me, I had a very large amount of time between the two playthroughs. I would shiny hunt along with you, but I'm stuck on Azelf. I want to say, yeah, to get here, I KO'd the Lake Trio. So I'm pretty sure they'll come back if I battle the Elite Four, but it's not a big loss if they don't. I have Mesprit shiny on this game. I'm pointing at, obviously you can see it, right? This is my finger. I'm pointing at OG Diamond. I was about to do that. Oh, I know, right? These spam accounts are coming in. One of these days, I'm going to add that to my list of blocked words, and then that'll take care of that permanently. But for now, I'm just kind of like, whatever. I'll take care of it. Raven says, Naya and Nito both have Nye in their names. Coincidence? I think not. And then she also says, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp isn't the same as the Switch and DS games, but it is still fun. Well, that's the good thing, is every Animal Crossing has something unique about them. I wouldn't want just the same game with more items and HD, although I'm not a big Animal Crossing enthusiast. Not that the game is bad, it's just I haven't played a lot of it. I catch myself trying to play other stuff first, hiccup, because my backlog is ridiculous. A case in point, Ghost of Tsushima is a game that I was just talking about recently because it sounds like it's like one of the best games ever made. It's insane how well that game has gone over, to the point where the actual people of Tsushima, wherever that's at in Japan, or maybe it's not an area, maybe it's a shrine, I'm not sure. But still, whatever Tsushima is, they actually said the programmers, the team, the developers that made Ghost of Tsushima, the game, were all deemed official ambassadors of Tsushima because of the things they have done for that area, spreading that story. But my point is that game is not even on my backlog because I don't own it. That's how bad my backlog is I haven't even bought all the games that I want to play. Caught my first shiny during your last Dialga stream, and yes, it was Dialga. You also were a member of the Crusade. I know several people in that stream caught Dialga, and it was shiny. I'm glad to see you were one of them. That's awesome. It is a sick shiny, isn't it? I will not forget that stream for sure, because it was the first time a legendary actually shined for me on the freaking stream. Never has that happened before. It always happens off stream. So I was like, oh my God, this is the first time. I was excited, and I always tote around how my reactions suck. Everybody likes reactions. I don't know why it's come to this, but we live in a society where people value reactions. They almost want to watch the reactions to something they liked more than they actually want to rewatch what they liked. The problem is, Nito here doesn't have good reactions because I've already caught so many shinies over my years. I kind of expect it to show up, and when it does, it's like, aha, there it is. All right, let's go. I got hyped over that Dialga, and I was like, oh my God, it's been a while since I felt that hyped. I was like, all right, that felt good. That felt amazing. Speaking of things that are amazing, don't you think it'd be amazing if one of you two, I'm pointing at you and I'm pointing at you, one of you two shines right here in 2021, or are you going to wait until next year? You know what I mean, Dialga? Giratina? Yeah, it was a pretty long hunt. It was funny. I remember I was telling Gore, I'm like, hey, you know what? I got here in one day. Maybe I can be the first person to catch Dialga on YouTube. Wouldn't that be amazing? Not that it matters that much, but it'd be pretty cool, right? So I told him, I was like, this is a matter of pride. I caught this thing before people knew what shinies were. I'm doing this. I'm going for it. And then I got a super long hunt. Well, it wasn't a super long hunt, but it was a long hunt. And I was just like, dang it, all these people that are walking into this thing by accident and it's shiny, people are like, hey, 32 encounters and I got it. I'm like, yeah, 3,200 and I got it. Actually, I think that one was about a 2,500 encounters, give or take. But still, I was like, come on. And yeah, I was like, oh, man, gonna make me work for it. Can't get lucky when I really, really, really want it. I get lucky by accidentally running into a shiny Graveler. That was my luck. That's the first rule of shiny hunting. Indeed, Vast. The first rule of shiny hunting is everybody has luck except for you. Ironically, I saw a number of people I know still stuck shiny hunting the starters. And I kind of feel bad for that. I get why they were doing it, right? They're not thinking about shiny hunting. They're thinking about their analytics on streaming. I guess I can't blame them. It's easy to fall into. I'll never think analytically on streaming. And so they wanted to be the first people to hunt. And the fastest way to be the new hunter, if you will, on the new game and generate the hype is to jump in on the starter. There are people that are still stuck on the starter. The starters take 90 seconds to reset in this game. It takes forever. Look how fast Diamond is. Not even 30 seconds, and I'm getting resets. So that's the fault of Brilliant Diamond, is it takes forever. And I'm like, man, there are a number of people who are stuck on the starter hunt. They're straight up just playing Briefcase Simulator at this point. I'm like, that sucks, guys. I would start a second profile if I were you, and just take a break from the hunt and go for playing the game. You know, there's a whole game outside of that briefcase. I don't know if they knew that, but it's because of that. And let me try this again. Sorry, you'll have to excuse me. Right before I went live, I had a bloody nose. Messes up my sinuses now because there's blood all over them. Anyway, I don't even know if I ever want to do another starter hunt, because I'm like, wait a minute, I already did Chimchar, Turtwig, Piplup. I already did Torchic, Mudkip, Trico, and I already did Totodile, Cyndaquil, and Green Dude. Oh my God, Bayleaf. No, jeez, Chikorita. Jeez, my God, I swear that you just witnessed the first symptom of me getting old. By the way, it's not pretty. Anyways, so I already did all those starters. I've never done the Gen 1 starters. I Masudaed those. Either way, I'm like, man, I've served my purpose. I've done my duty on these starters. I think I'm done with that. I don't know if it's like Masuda hunting. At some point, I have hatched like 50,000 eggs for competitive, because competitive was super tedious back in the day to set up your team. And I Masuda hunted pretty much along the way. So I'm like, you know what? I think I'm not going to starter hunt. I think Masuda hunting and starter hunting is something I'm just not mentally ready for. Already done that, and I don't have as much time as I used to. That said, welcome H Nation to the final stream of 2021 for Nito Marquis. What's my favorite overall shiny? I have finally committed to saying what my favorite shiny is. I used to bounce around and say, you know, I'm finally going to say it. It's got to be Darkrai. That Darkrai is like the sickest thing in the game. I mean, it's my favorite color on a Pokemon that is overall badass. I cannot deny anymore that that Darkrai is my favorite. Sometimes I feel like mythicals and legendaries shouldn't count because they're already getting bonus points for the fact that they have cool designs. But that's okay, because that means Raven's favorite shiny and my favorite shiny actually share something. They're both mythicals locked behind events in this game. Hers is Shaman, mine is Darkrai. I'll let you know if I get a shiny Azelf. That would be amazing, Vast. If you want, are you in my Discord server? You can certainly post a picture of it, too. All right, let me grab some water. And then the next stream, I will be working on, is that going to be Saturday or tomorrow? One of these days, I will be getting back to Fire Emblem. For anybody that's interested, I am doing a Fire Emblem 3 Houses playthrough. I feel like that's going to be my new holiday tradition. And so I've streamed like 10 hours of it already. So I'm pretty far in. And I'd like to finish it before I go back to work on Tuesday. So I don't have Discord. No worries, my friend. Literally, if you can show me if you want, or just tell me. If you want to show me it, literally just email me even. Your call. You don't have to. I'm just saying I'd love to see it. I don't know if I'm going to get to Azelf, honestly. We'll see. Nowadays, I don't pick too many targets. I try to go for wacky hunts. Lexi, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing at the end of 2021 here? Archo is also here, my friend. Archo, welcome. How are you doing? What are your New Year's plans? I think, actually, I don't know if you said them earlier or not. Scrolling down to check my server really quickly, just in case. All right. I don't think I'll get it today. Hey, you never know when it's going to be happening. Brayden, welcome. I'm playing Among Us. What is with that? Like, I know Among Us blew up last year. Yeah, it blew up last year. It really exploded to the point. It exploded so much to the point that I remember seeing Among Us as a game that a couple of friends were playing. It might have been a Beza, actually, Boyle, years ago, before it blew up. And so Among Us suddenly became a giant meme, of course, and they stopped production of Among Us 2 and turned it into Among Us DLC. Not even DLC, I think it was just an expansion pack, literally free download. Either way, my point being is that why is everybody calling it Amogus suddenly? It's probably some internet meme that I'm unfamiliar with. Unfortunately, everybody quickly learns two things about me. I have no clue about modern memes, and I certainly have no clue about other content creators. Streamers and such, like people will be like, hey, so did you see this? I'm like, I don't even know who that is. Grog was doing that yesterday. Grog, shout out to you if you're lurking. I bet he'll come in right as I mention his name, right? Grog was talking about some other creators and their series and what they do, and I'm like, I have no idea who that even is, dude. I'm like, he's like, how do you not know? I'm like, because I don't watch anybody. I watch my friends like Boyle. Boyle's streams are good enough. I don't need other streams. Shout out to you, Boyle. I know I just plugged you super hard, but hey. That's my point, though. Oh, for a sec. I get freaked out sometimes because I think that the game's audio died. Keeps screwing me up when it does that. Hope everyone had an awesome New Year's. Oh, it has. I was going to say, are you already in 2022? Yeah, it is a meme. Braden has confirmed it is a meme. I shout out Vin Diesel. And he didn't even do it. He didn't do anything, but I love it. Rick Astley owns, or I should say, is the longest surviving meme on the internet. Vin Diesel is the shortest surviving meme on the internet. I kind of like that that's how this dynamic has gone. It really summarizes how the internet influenced society, if you will. On the non-important stuff, just the blowing your time kind of stuff. What's up, Cayenne, my friend? Welcome to the crusade for Shiny Giratina. How are you doing? H Nation's on Shining Pearl, or Shining Pearl, sorry. And Nito is on Diamond and Brilliant Diamond. Supposedly the reason that they called it Brilliant Diamond is because the Japanese translation of the character in the manga Diamond is brilliant. I don't know if that's true or not. I like to think it is. Oh, the beauty of a train wreck, my friend. I love it. Speaking of random things I love, I don't know why I remembered this. So apparently, I saw it. If you guys watch the latest anime, which is Pokemon Journeys, and basically they're going through Sword and Shields, or the Galar region, Ash and Go. Well, actually, his name isn't Go, it's Go. Gotta make sure that H is on there, Go. But Ash finally got, like, somebody came up and said, oh my god, well, okay, spoilers for the anime. It's not a big spoiler. A lot of people already knew it. It trended, but quick spoiler. I'll make it quick if you mute it. All right, it's about Sun and Moon, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. They finally go up to Ash, and they're like, oh my god, you're the Alola League champion. Can I get a selfie? Can I get an autograph? And I'm like, dude, finally, my boy Ash. We're all so happy to see him finally getting the recognition he deserves. That is how he should be. Just like when Ruby and Sapphire, or the Hoenn region, I forget what they called it. I think they called it Advanced Battles or something, whatever the anime was for Ruby and Sapphire. May and Max. Max recognizes Ash as being in the semifinals of the Silver Conference. And it was like, see, he's finally getting the recognition he deserves. That's cool that they didn't just throw out the Alola League like, okay, that was last season. Screw all that stuff. Journeys has been really good about throwbacks, actually. They've been really good about that. Oh, I have no clue why anybody hates on Pearl. I don't know. I guess it's because maybe Dialga's design is favored more than Palkia. I don't have Pearl myself. I've never had Pearl. I don't have Shining Pearl, I will admit. I don't collect Pokemon games. I don't collect anything, I guess. I don't know. I've got this... I don't want to turn into a hoarder, so I make sure that, like, with Pokemon, I only get one. I've never gotten two. Sometimes I get the third one. So I have diamond and I have platinum. And then I had a friend that was dumping all their stuff. I bought diamond and I bought sapphire off of her. I still, till this day, don't know why. She's just like, hey, I'll give you these games for $10. I'm like, they're worth more than that, but sure, yeah, I'll take them. That sapphire cartridge, she was one encounter away. I have a video of that. I started up the sapphire cartridge I bought off of her. My very first encounter was a shiny Banette. I'm like, dude, first off, my old luck is still insane. Second off, she should have gone one more encounter in that game. Okay, that's not how it works, but you get my point. I was going up to see if Rayquaza was still on top of the tower because she had it on the decks, but she didn't have it in the PC. So I went up Spear Pillar, and on the way up there, one of my repels wore off, and I was like, I'm almost there anyways. I'm not going to go back in and use another repel. Bam, shiny instantly. I'm like, no way. Dialga, Palkia, Diamond. Oh, Dialga is, you're saying Dialga Cayenne is saying that is your logic. Dialga being better than Palkia. Oh, no, you've got it backwards. So you like Dialga more, but you like Pearl more. Well, I can't explain that one. All I know is, for me, I kind of gravitate towards the blue side of the color spectrum. I had Pokemon Blue. I had Pokemon Silver and Crystal and Yellow, I guess. Although my Silver cartridge actually has half of the cartridge is silver, half is gold. Back in those days when they would just freaking throw whatever parts they had together. Either way, I had Sapphire, Diamond, Black, X, Moon. So every time, and then Sword. So whatever towards the blue side of the spectrum it is, that's where I'm at. I have almost all the Sinnoh games. All I'm missing is OG Pearl. I guess, I don't know. Part of me is like, I want to have a game collection. I've seen some really insane game collections. I guess that's my first problem, is if I was going to start a game collection, I actually don't think it would be Pokemon. I think I would prefer to be a Final Fantasy collector. But then I would be absolutely dirt poor because all my money would go into awesome figurines. I would literally, I would pay $1,000. You know what? Actually, I'd pay, let's go $2,000. $1,000 for the Sephiroth figure that's in the I can't think what it is, in their Shinra Expo of Square's building. They have this huge one-winged angel Sephiroth. It's absolutely stupid insane. I'd pay $1,000 for that statue. Then the second one I'd have is Mewtwo in the Pokemon Center. They have Mewtwo in his cloning tube with his arms crossed, and that'd be absolutely like the cloning capsule and everything, or I should say it's the containment. So I would have that too. That's why I cannot pull myself to start collecting, because I'd be broke. Collect all the old Genesis games or something. I shall start with the Atari games. I own E.T., arguably the worst game ever made because they were trying to make a good game and failed. So I do have that, so I can start my collection there. Kingdom Hearts fan, Eduardo, absolutely. Kingdom Hearts, it took some time to grow on me, and I still haven't played through all of them. I have, over here on the shelf on my backlog, is Kingdom Hearts, the story so far. I cannot keep up with that series because of how many Kingdom Hearts there are. But the first Kingdom Hearts game, I actually hated. Because I was like, dude, you cannot stick Cloud and Squall, badass characters like that, next to Donald, Duck, and Goofy. I hate this place. Screw this game. So that's how my original opinion was. Then, after some time and getting used to Sora and playing the game, a little bit of nostalgia, and then finally it clicked one day. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, okay. I'm okay with Kingdom Hearts now. I'm happy with this because they piggybacked off Final Fantasy early, and then Sora and the other characters like Riku and such have built up enough of a following, enough of their own audience that they didn't have to keep going with the Final Fantasy characters. So you know what? I'm okay with this now. So that was my mental playthrough, if you will, my mental acceptance of Kingdom Hearts. Cayenne says, I haven't played Pokemon in ages. I took a break after 5,000 starter encounters. It can wear down on you. That's why, similar to I was talking about Final Fantasy, absolutely love Final Fantasy. I was grinding on Final Fantasy X for Naya and I's playthrough. We're not recording that playthrough, but still. So Naya and I are playing through Final Fantasy X, and I needed to grind for the fight arena. So I was actually encountering fiends on my PS4 controller, and my Switch controller, I was doing resets on Giratina here. So I never try to focus solely on the shiny hunt. Alright, Final Fantasy is amazing, says Archo. Absolutely. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, but I could be a bigger Final Fantasy fan. It's like Star Wars. Sometimes I'm like, I should go the next step. I should be bigger of a Final Fantasy fan. I should be a bigger Star Wars fan. Biozine says, if you really wanted to go the Final Fantasy route, you'd have to get a giant sword from Michael Cthulhu, who makes video game weapons on YouTube. Highly recommend. I just shouted out some dude I don't know. But that was Biozine that shouted him out, so it's okay. That said, I know there's a lot of... Well, heck, there is a... So I live near a place in Michigan called Mackinac Island, or Mackinac Island, depending. We call it Mackinac, but it's spelled Mackinac. Either way, on there is a smithery that was made by one of the people who went to the final round in the History Channel show Forged in Fire. This person also professionally makes Final Fantasy weapons sometimes. They make Final Fantasy swords, or they'll make swords from, like, The Witcher, or, by the way, The Witcher, freaking amazing. I think, it's a series of Game of Thrones. I was going to say it's a series I've never seen, but I know a lot of people like it. So the dude does that stuff. Same thing. He lives not too far from here. My team is... There we go. H-Nation says, my team is Captain Falcon the Infernape and Greninja the Toxicroak. Greninja the Toxicroak. Hot opinion coming here, guys. Here it goes. Get ready. It's right through your screen. It's going to be, if you're on your phone, it's going to heat up right now. I like Toxicroak more than Greninja. That's right, I said it. I said it. What time am I streaming till? I'll go for maybe a couple more hours. I'm actually not going to go super long in this one. Like 3 hours tops. Cayenne is playing Warframe. Another game I really wish I had played more of. Once again, Skyheart Demon, who is a mod around here, she is like the OG Warframe person. She was there when Warframe basically started. And she is maxed out on everything. She has a sick Warframe dojo that she invited me to. Nonetheless, my point is Warframe. I wish I played more of it. And what's cool about Warframe is not only is it free, but because it's free on PlayStation, it lets you play on the PlayStation online without an online subscription. Sorry, I had to drink some water there. Alright, so H-Nation says Mewtwo the Mew, Falco the Staraptor, Yoshi the Palkia, Piranha Plant the Roserade, Captain Falcon the Infernape, and Greninja the Toxicroak. See, Mewtwo the Mew would get me. That's like back when I used to play with my friends in Ruby and Sapphire. I got them for just a moment because we were battling. And I pulled the oldest trick in the book. I named my Salamence Deoxys. And the reason I named him that is because we all knew Deoxys existed, but we didn't know how to get Deoxys. And my God, I wanted that Pokemon so badly. It was just as bad as when I saw Darkrai, and I'm like, as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it by any means necessary. Cheating. Oh, no, it wasn't. Sorry, Dark Void Glitch. Anyways, yeah, I may have had to cheat to get Deoxys, but I had that thing was so badass. I had to have it. Either way, I named my Salamence Deoxys for just a moment when it said has sent out and it says Deoxys. Like, what? What? How did you? Oh, you got me. I'm like, got you. Just a little one. Ha ha ha. You fell for it. Just a little trick. Eduardo says, the last time I played Warframe when Rhino Prime came back, unlocked it, and achieved life. I played Warframe we were playing when we were. When was that? Oh, TennoCon. Yeah, I forgot. We played during TennoCon. So I was doing a ton of solo missions, advancing through the planets, and then we attended TennoCon, and then that's where we saw the great cutscene, and I said, I pledge my loyalty to Skyheart Demon as we go into the new war for Warframe. Archer says, I'm going for Sidon the Empoleon, Phoenix the Staraptor, Red 13 the Houndoom, Sakura the Roserade, and Raiden the Luxray, and Willy Rex the Hippowdon. Also, I talk to you later. Drink water? Oh, she wants me to drink water. You are correct, Raven. I should absolutely be hydrating. But now my glass is empty, so I'm going to have to run and get some water. But I hope you get the shiny. Are you heading off, Raven? I wish you well, Raven. Truly. I will talk to you shortly. It's been a pleasure having you. It always is. And I should thank you guys properly because I just noticed a bunch of likes on the stream that I never said thank you guys for taking the time to let me know that you like the stream. So, with that said, I need to click my phone really quickly. Thank you guys so much for doing that. I really do appreciate the optional... I got dry lips, I'm sorry. I absolutely love the optional feedback. It really means a lot. Because even now, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, man, is this really something that people want to listen to? Me rambling on and on and on, but it worked. It's been working. I've been having a great time. That's what I keep saying, too, is I can't just flex myself. My God, there's so many people that just, they're like, I don't know, they just, sometimes that's all they talk about is channel growth and all that. I'm like, dude, I just want to thank everybody for letting me have a good time. I could be sitting here in total silence, and I'd just be recording a podcast, basically. But you guys are here telling me stories about what you're doing. We're talking about Warframe. We're talking about Final Fantasy. We're talking about Kingdom Hearts. I mean, geez, it's always fun. Like I say, it's like a bunch of drinking buddies together. Thank you, Vast. I appreciate that. I'm going to go for Rayquaza in Pearl. Rayquaza is definitely going to be a target I'm going to have to go for. The problem is I'm stuck at this giant shadowy beast. So I also switched the overlay to say that my preparation level is medium because I realized I haven't gotten wiped by this thing. Every now and then I fight Giratina to make sure that I can do it. And thus far I have not failed to catch it. I never had to pull the Master Ball out on either one of these. I should probably confirm on the DS. It's been a while since I did that, but... just double checking, you know. The problem with Brilliant Diamond is he has freaking Pain Split. In fact, I should pull that up. Well, I'll pull it up later. I have a list of their moves and how many PP they have per move. The Giratinas are not identical. They have different moves. So I make sure I'm counting when I'm going. And if they start getting low, that's when the Master Ball gets warmed up. Chicken Nuggies, a.k.a. Guesty, how are you doing, my friend? Why, hello there, indeed. I haven't made him yet. I'm on the second gym. Oh, you're on the second gym in Pearl. Yeah, you got a while to go still. I was really, really shocked how long it took me to get through Diamond, to get to Dialga. It was like a solid 12 hours of grinding. I'm like... I thought I was speed running it, and then 12 hours later I was there. Actually, I think it was 10 hours. Going to listen, but I'll stop commenting for now. Vast, you shall be a lurker. I shall not forget you. You will be in the lurker section. And for any lurkers, hopefully you guys are enjoying it. I hope I have a big moment ready for you all. But without a big moment, that's fine. It's always a pleasure either way. But Giratina will probably end up being off stream if I'm going off of past references. Giratina will be a nice off stream video pops up. I do like that the video quality is better when I don't have to rip it from the stream. That was the only issue I had about that Dialga one is the video. If you blow it up onto a computer screen, it's kind of hard to see because I'm not streaming it like 1440p. So when I download it, and then on top of that, the screen is smaller. So when I blow the screen up, basically the quality goes down. But it's fine. I don't have to worry about having the absolute crispiest of qualities on the video after the fact. Heart scales in the underground. I have not utilized the Grand Underground yet. I know there's a lot of shiny hunting methods down there, or there's a few anyways. It is kind of funny to see. There's a lot of people I know that have just figured out they can get fast shinies with the radar, and it is kind of funny to see how, I don't know, they're blowing up the hype of the radar. It seems like there's a lot of people that don't care about the radar. Like if somebody posts a video and it says Pokemon shiny, I don't know, Weasel radar chain of only 22, not a lot of people are like, oh, okay, well, I did the same thing, you know. So the radar, I'm suspecting, has maybe eased up a little bit on difficulty. Not that that's a bad thing. That radar sucks. I hate that thing. I don't hate it. I'm sorry. I've used that radar on every single Pokemon you can shiny hunt in Diamond. But that doesn't mean that that thing doesn't piss me off. Even till this day, the radar has a good way of getting under your skin. 3,000, my friend. I deleted 19 hours of recording. Off-stream recording. So with the 11 hours of on-stream time and 19 hours of off-stream time, we are at 3,000, which bypassed Dialga quite some time ago. Dialga was like a 2-day hunt. Giratina has been 3 weeks. But that's for Brilliant Diamond. I'm at about whatever, it was probably about 2K at the start of this stream. For Diamond. Yeah, that's so when the radar, when I used to get to 40, I'd usually just stop and wait, keep resetting until something sparkled. The only time, there's been a couple of times I didn't do that. One of them was Ponyta. Ponyta, I caught a shiny Ponyta and I was satisfied with that. I was like, well, I guess I'm just going to keep building the radar chain and get the biggest chain I can possibly get. That number was 144. 12 times 12, 144. 144 was when that radar chain finally stopped. I caught like 19 shiny Ponyta in 144 chains. That is my absolute record. I kind of like that if the odds of these two games somewhat correlate, because Brilliant Diamond has double the odds that Diamond does, but Diamond I get 2 resets in the same amount of time that I get 1 on Diamond. Or I mean Brilliant Diamond rather. So Diamond I get 2 resets, Brilliant Diamond I get 1. So they're if you think about it, I'm rolling the dice twice in the same amount of time as I am once on Brilliant Diamond. That means the odds are kind of equal to each other. Unfortunately, the statistics are not that easy. As advanced math gets more advanced, you find out that that's not the correlation. That's not how it works. But, oh well. I don't know that math off the top of my head. All I know is I'm trying to land on a shiny frame. Also, I definitely think that Giratina looks so much more ominous and threatening on Diamond than he does in Brilliant Diamond. Shiny Ponyta and Rapidash, top 5 for you. Game Boy Boyle, you are the reason why I have a shiny regular Galarian Ponyta in Sword. Because Galarian Ponyta was exclusive to Shield. I also kind of love that story. Yeah, it was annoying doing that 24-hour stream. It was kind of funny because I remember pulling that stream up. The Pokemon... geez, what are the woods called? Oh, crap. I can't remember the woods where Ponyta spawns. Glimwood Tangle. There we go. The Glimwood Tangle. The 24-hour stream, awful. That was such a nightmare. Had they have made it 10 hours, I think it would have worked a lot better. But at the end, that's when they were slowly revealing Ponyta. And it was funny because there were so many people that wanted to hate that game. I don't know why. You know how the fandom is. As soon as something gets big, Pokemon being the largest franchise in the world, you can't please anybody. Everybody, I should say. So I remember it was not a fairy type. It was a psychic. And everybody's like, oh my god, I saw all these things saying, so Pokemon thinks that this isn't a fairy type. And I had to laugh because I was like, they jumped the gun. They wanted to hate on it so bad that they said, I hate this Ponyta. This thing is stupid. It's only a psychic type. It should totally be a fairy type. Then when it evolves, it's a psychic fairy. And it's like, well, guys, I guess you get to eat your breakfast now. Big spoonful of I told you so. You guys jumped the gun. That was kind of funny to watch. But certainly, I thought that was it was a really cool thing to do when they did the Galarian Ponyta. All right, give me 1 second here. Actually, let me do a couple more resets, but I'm actually going to go fill my water up. I got to check my server, it would appear. I may have somebody who's jumped in. I do. Lunar Fox has joined. Welcome, Lunar Fox. I will give you a roll right now. Welcome to the Nitostocracy. You are now an official Nitocrat. I hope you find the server well, and I try to keep it alive. I try to keep things, I don't know, lively, if you will. I always have something interesting, you know, like the stream topic, which I will get to shortly, because we were just talking about Final Fantasy X, and Archo, I believe, is one of the people that put in for the stream topic in Discord. Either way, I will get to that. So that's one of the things I've been trying to do is I post a topic that I will read on stream, so we can all have a discussion about whatever we talked about between streams. So that's up on the Discord channel for probably a week, 2 weeks at a time. That's my username on Discord. Aha, Lexi, welcome to the Discord. I will actually reset really quickly. I'm gonna put a note in Discord so I know it's you. I like to try and remember who's who if I can on YouTube, so I'm going to put a note. I was trying to put a note, but it's, okay, well, maybe that's not as easy as I thought. Let me click down here. Nope. Hang on 1 second. Bear with me. Just a moment. And you should be listed right there. All right. I would like to add a note. How come I don't remember how to do this? Profile. No, that's not right. Nito doesn't remember how to do this. Did they change it? You used to just say add a note to this user. Add friend, invite server, change nickname. Well, I guess I'll figure that out later. Lexi is Lunar Fox. That's all I gotta remember. I'll add that. Well, here, let me try my phone. Sometimes the phone is more convenient. Oh, Giratina. Skunking me harder than Dialga did. I'm impressed. It's been quite a while. Alright, so actually, I hate to say it, I'm probably going to go over odds. Alright, profile. Add a note. Okay, it's right there. If you do it on the phone, it's easier. Okay, you are Lexi 2007. That way, when I look at your profile, I will remember your YouTube name when I look at your Discord name. Have to go. Good luck, Vast. Thank you for coming by, my friend. I hope your New Year's goes well. And not only that, I hope that after the New Year, everything goes well. It was a pleasure talking to you. I invite you back anytime you want to come. All right, here we go. All right, sorry, I'm reading something really quickly. And then after that, there we go. Got that. The server's boosted. I got to make sure I don't waste that. I've been trying to think of more topics and such to post on, little events to post on Discord. All right, let me close that. There we go. All right. So new word learned courtesy of you this year is clutch. Hey, drop the clutch and grind a gear, right? Don't actually do that. It sounds cool. Drop the clutch and grind the gear. That's going to destroy your car if you have a manual transmission like I do. You want to feather the clutch. You do not want to drop the clutch. Either way, that's it, though. The new word of 2021, courtesy of Nita Marquis, is clutch. All right, I'm going to click one more reset, and then I'm going to run and grab some water really quickly. I'm going to be back so fast, I'm not even going to put the Be Right Back screen up. And then we're going to hit that stream topic. All right, be right back. All right. You know what would be cool? I don't drive, so it's all the same to me. There you go. Well, at some point, if you do start driving, feather the clutch. Better yet, just get an automatic transmission. I'm gonna try to do something kind of fun here. Let's do this. Ready? Start up this game. He said he'll be back quick. A liar. I filled my water up and I grabbed a little sugar cookie. All right, I want to do something really quickly. I don't think I've ever done this, so I'm just gonna let the screens play out. I want to see the starting sequence for both of them. Lunar, welcome, welcome, another Lunar. Lunar Nim Shock. Welcome to Shiny Giratina. I'm just playing it out really quickly. I kind of want to see these two next to each other. In fact, well, no, I'll leave it on performance mode. Oh, it's on the bottom screen. You can't see it. Or you could, but I don't want to mess around with my settings by moving this up and screwing everything up because I have it cropped out. So never mind, you can't see it. I could do that. Nah, I don't know. Do you guys want to see both of them side by side? If you want to do that, I can do that. I will add a second source and put a new screen up here. I thought it'd be cool to do that, but at the same time, then I realized it was on the bottom screen. I'll worry about that later. First problem about, well, I should say several problems about having long hair like I do. First one is the mysterious hair that just seems to sit on your nose and fall over your lips, and you're just like, where are you? Get off of my face. Another legendary hunter, how long have you been at it? Giratina on Brilliant Diamond is right around 3,000 encounters, probably 3,100 now. And Giratina on OG Diamond is probably at 2,150-ish. Since I'm not counting, I have to estimate based on the time. My favorite Pokemon game available on Switch. So far, I've been extremely happy with all of them. Sword was a good game if you take the story out of it. So Sword's the opposite of Moon. Moon, I was so hooked on the story, it was ridiculous. It was so mature for a Pokemon game. And then Sword had a very, very bland story. But Sword had a ton of replay value. Sword had good graphics, good aesthetics. Maybe not the most advanced graphics in the world, but everybody wants so much out of them. So Sword was good. Brilliant Diamond, there's flaws as well. So there you go, Archo. Nice, you found a heart scale finally. Biozine said, did not imagine you to have long hair. Oh, it's long. It's really long right now. I'm going to chop it off and donate it soon. So I didn't like the Sword storyline. Meanwhile, Brilliant Diamond, of course I liked the story. I liked Diamond. The fault I find is that ILC or ILCA, they basically were like contracted out to remake the game for Game Freak. I didn't think it was the most impressive remake. The game is good, but that's because Diamond was good. Let's Go, I loved it. Absolutely loved Let's Go. I think I really, really want a Let's Go 2 in the Johto region. I think it'd be really cool to have Let's Go games remaking the third game in the trilogies and go along the way. So we got Pokemon Yellow. Next would be Pokemon Crystal, which would be unbelievable. There were flaws. I'm willing to overlook those flaws because Pokemon is not directed towards me, a grown adult. That said, I can artificially increase the difficulty by not using Eevee, and suddenly Let's Go is almost flawless. I mean, the catch mechanics were not the best, but they were not the worst either. I was okay with that, so I loved Let's Go. The one I would have to say that has no flaws, let's go with this one. The one that has no flaws, absolutely the perfect game, was Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap had downloadable content that was free, amazing graphics done by Bandai Namco, smooth gameplay, only a couple of little things that people had to really look and dig to point out, like unnatural movements where a Pokemon is moving sideways yet staying in the same spot. So I was like, you know what? Other than that, those small little details, those are so small. They don't matter to me. Therefore, I'd say Snap was probably, it had to be the best one. Snap's flaws were so minor that I had to really dig to find them, and therefore I didn't even care. So I'm going to go with a weird pick, Snap. That said, I have not played Pokemon Quest. Let's try it again. I have not played Pokemon Quest, I have not played Cafe, and Pokemon Unite. I know that there's an enthusiastic crowd, or Pokken. Pokken, same thing. There's an enthusiastic crowd for all of those games. I haven't played those. Mystery Dungeon as well. Naya's been playing Mystery Dungeon. Mystery Dungeon exists on this Switch, but I have not played it. Where is it? There you go. Mystery Dungeon. So I haven't actually played Mystery Dungeon myself, but I've heard Naya really liked it. I've seen her playing it a little bit. She does like the game, so I've heard that went over well. Oops. There we go. Overall, I'd say the Switch has had an excellent Pokemon life on it. The Switch is just... There's so many people that are going to look back at the Switch like I look back at the GameCube. Or the N64. I feel like, oh my god, I got so lucky. I have such a cool console in my childhood. That was the golden era. Except it's not. Every era seems to have an extremely good set of games that blow my mind. So that means every kid is going to look back at a console at some point and say it's golden era. Even the Wii U. The Wii U is finally getting some respect, even though you basically, there's really only one game I can think of on Wii U that you can't, well, I guess there's the Virtual Console, but the Wii U only has like one game made for the Wii U that is inaccessible to other consoles, and that's Splatoon. Is your hair black? My hair is not black. It's a dark brown. I've got a thick brown hair. Legends Arceus. Legends Arceus, I feel like, is going to stand in many people's minds in the same position that Gale of Darkness and Colosseum stand. I don't want to get my hopes too high because it makes my hopes custom. Everybody's hopes get so high, and it's like, oh, well, I would have done it this way. I would have done it this way. But still, Legends Arceus, I think, is going to be mind-blowing by what I've seen so far. It just depends what they do with Arceus, what they actually do with the god of Pokemon. What's the storyline? If it's some cheesy, like, Arceus is everybody's friend and, you know, it's the bad guys step up and, oh, don't worry, Arceus is here to save the day, I'm going to be disappointed. If Arceus is a vengeful god, and I see a ton of 10-year-olds on Reddit pissed off about how do you beat this boss. I am stuck. I've been playing for 2 weeks straight and cannot beat Arceus because it is a vengeful god that has 18 forms that it can in real time switch between. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to love that. Exactly. That would be following the movie as Arceus is vengeful. I want to see Judgment be like Final Fantasy. I want to see Arceus use Judgment, and the move is animated as if it was Omega Weapon. Make it an over-the-top animation, and you're dodging and you're running for your life. Not just you, but your Pokemon. And as you're barely able to keep up, you're keeping your trainer out of danger. Your Pokemon are going down like flies, and you're trying to keep your Pokemon alive. You're trying to keep you alive, and then you realize you've spent 10 minutes dodging just to stay alive. You haven't even swung at this thing at all. You've not launched an attack. That would be my dream for Legends Arceus. Originated, welcome to the stream. My friend says, I'm at 2,400 for Dialga, and it's my first shiny hunt ever. It's getting harder to go on, my friend. You stay in there. You stay strong. You stay part of the crusade. We're all here for you. We're all shiny hunting. Well, most of us are. It is rewarding, I promise. Well, okay, it's rewarding in the fact that eventually you might look back and say, man, I can't believe I spent so much time doing that. You get it, though. If you're a shiny hunter, you get it. I don't have it in my party, do I? So, there. That is your motivation. That's what you're after. This is the guy. This is the one you want. Let that be your influence. You look at that image and you say, I'm going to have that. I'm going to make that mine. Archo says, apparently you have to collect all the plates, then ascend the mountain. How would they know that already? They haven't released any information. Hey, come on, game reset. There you go. Lunar says, maybe we are with the people that kept the plates. That would be good. I would like that, gathering all the plates. It's just like Diamond and Pearl. Only in Diamond and Pearl, the plates are just kind of there. Leakers. Nah, I can't believe the leakers. There's been so many liars. And then I don't respect leakers just because they're trying to make a profit or trying to build an audience based on stealing information and leaking it to the public. Unless Pokemon's doing that on purpose. That could be too. But I'm not going to trust leakers until I play it for myself because they've been wrong about so many things. They like to get the crowd hyped up, and then people follow them, and then they like to basically drop in there somewhere. Oh, follow me, you know. I can give you information you can't get everywhere else, and it's like, no, you shouldn't even exist. Besides that, you know what the value of a leaker is after the game comes out? Exactly. It's 0. H Nation says, for some reason, the 8th Sinnoh badge looks... Wait, let me try that again. For some reason, the 8th Sinnoh badge looks like a cool-looking Meltan. I can definitely agree with that. You know, my badges are on the bottom screen, so... What if we work with the organization that has those plates and Arceus is pissed off? I want it to be a vengeful god. I want the Aether Flute to be like... Instead of a sacred item that summons a really cool legendary, I want the Aether Flute to be like, we hope we never need this thing again type of situation. Like, smash glass in case of emergency. That's what I want the Aether Flute to be like. I want it to be an item that everybody says, we hope we never, ever, ever have to use this flute again, ever. There's flutes in the game already, so I'm assuming that the Azer flute will also play a major role. So I like that I like that they're finally going into lore like this. That said, they could have made those flutes look a little less suggestive, let's say. They should have redesigned that a little bit. You know, they made it look a little funky. Then again, I mean, Mallow in Moon straight up was practicing the use of stuff, and that was okay. They were fine with that. Then in the anime, Mallow gets drunk, so... I mean, she doesn't actually get drunk, but she acts like she is, so... Good for you, anime. Good for you. Game Boy Boyle says, I've got to go do some dancing. Nito, enjoy the rest of your stream. Game Boy Boyle, my friend, thank you for coming by. It's always a pleasure to talk with you, man. I'll message you later. If you're around or floating around, or if you go live, Boyle, you stream... well, if you end up streaming Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, it'd be fun to see that, man. I'll be there later. You have a good New Year. Lunar says, if we have to fight Arceus, I want to die so hard to Arceus. I want Arceus to literally be a Final Fantasy super boss, basically. Maybe not even a super boss, because super boss would imply that it's so difficult that it's not meant to be defeated by the general public. Make Arceus like Yunalesca in Final Fantasy X. Make it a storyline boss that gets a lot of rage quits. Put it at the end of the game, you know, that way people go to YouTube and look up the ending. Because they're going to get ticked off that they can't do it themselves. Make it that. Make it about that strong. That's about the level I want to see it at. I want to get stuck. And I want to be like, okay, I got to sit back and think strategy on this one. And maybe even go back and go find a new team because I can't forcefully get through this. No cheesing it. There's nothing you can do. That said, I'm going to reset this, and then let's pull up that stream topic, guys, in Discord. Between streams, I like to put a topic that we can talk about on the stream. It gives everybody plenty of time to talk about what they feel about the stream topic. And then I read it, whatever the next stream is. So, the stream topic today was, what games, if any, do you replay at the holidays? For those of you who have seen my Fire Emblem Three Houses playthrough, my streams in the last week here, Three Houses is a game that I have now begun to play during the holidays. I think it's because that's when I first played it. Last year I played the Blue Lions playthrough, so this year I got some time off of work. I'm going to play Black Eagles. In my past, though, I always knew there was something coming, a new game for Christmas, you know? Some of the hitters that I can remember are like Pokemon Puzzle League when I was really young. I remember that showed up. Star Wars The Force Unleashed, I remember grinding that entire game from the day I got it through the weekend of Christmas. It was actually a bit shorter than I thought it was going to be, but still. So, that's kind of where I went with that. So, Archo said... Well, actually, Archo, I gotta scroll up a little bit because we were talking for quite some time. Archo said Final Fantasy X is a masterpiece in storytelling. Titus and Lulu riding through the snow was one of my favorite moments in that game. It's truly memorable, gives you insight to all the characters. I agreed with that. Final Fantasy is definitely a game that or any Final Fantasies are games that are good for replaying during the holidays. When I've got some time off, nothing new. Nowadays, I like to work on the backlog when I get time off, but for sure, Final Fantasy X was a solid pick, and I did just replay Final Fantasy X for the first time in at least 10 years with Naya, because she's never played any of the Final Fantasy games. So, let me go back to the chat here and reset that Giratina, because I don't need that one. Lunar Nimshak, who just joined the Discord, welcome to the great Nedistocracy. I hope that you find it a fun place. The best part about my Discord is that I don't ping at everybody very often. That is definitely... if there's anything I've learned about the general public on Discord, nobody likes getting pinged all the time, even though that's a functionality of the app. So therefore, you will not see pings, like for instance, every time I go live. Every time I go live, I only ping people that ask for the title, the role ping per stream. That way, I'm not just pinging everybody all the time. So at very most, I ping everybody once a month tops. All right, let's see. Eduardo, at last comment. Did I miss? Let me see what I missed. Let's go back to Eduardo's comment. You said, would it be better to play Final Fantasy VII, the original, or the remake? I personally don't know. I have played 7, the original, and I absolutely freaking love 10 out of 10, one of my favorite games, possibly my favorite game I've ever played story-wise, Crisis Core Final Fantasy X. I have the Final Fantasy 7, not 10, sorry, 7, jeez, woof, I'm running over my words. Crisis Core Final Fantasy 7 absolutely blew my mind. I freaking loved that game. I literally cried. I laughed. It was amazing. I could not put the game down, and I had to go to school. So with the remake, Final Fantasy VII, the remake, is over here on my backlog. It's been so long that I waited for that game that I never thought it would even exist, first off. Second off, I know that they're breaking the remake into 3 games, so I cannot tell you which one to play because I haven't played it. What I can tell you is what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to backlog Final Fantasy VII as many years as it takes for them to finish the entirety of the remake, and then I'm going to binge 1, 2, 3 games all back to back to back. The PlayStation 6 will probably be out by that time. Biozine says, New Year's Eve is a day for women because it's not called New Year's Steve, is it? I respect the effort. That was a bit of a stretch, but I got a chuckle. Eve, Steve. Actually, I guess it'd be New Year's Adam. There, that's my joke. That's what I'm going for. New Year's Adam and New Year's Eve. Ha! I'm a genius. All right, Lunar Shock says, whoa, no spam pings. I might actually stay in this one. Lunar. I try to keep interesting topics going. I try to keep little events going, but above all, I hope that that's the thing that gets respected the most is no spam pinging. There's no bots either to spam ping, or well, I have bots, but they don't spam ping. So that is the one that I aim for. All right, Archo, you wanted ping per stream. Giratina, you wanted me to cry with sadness because you're not the right color. So Archo is right here. Archo, add role, ping per stream. You will now be pinged every time I go live. It is really good. I always hate spam pings. That was the first thing I learned about Discord, is you are not alone. A lot of people can't stand spam pings. So I'm like, all right, then I won't do that. But I will take ping per stream. All right, Lunar, you will have ping per stream. Lunar Nimshock, add role, ping per stream. Boom. There we go. Let me see. Where did I... Archo said, play the remake. Really? Wow, Archo, play the remake first. It must be... I know it's going to be good, but... 7 is my favorite, but 10 is brilliant too. Ooh, that's a tough question. What is my favorite Final Fantasy? Well, I mean, no, it's Crisis Core. So Crisis Core sucks in Advent Children in 7 with it. So I guess 7's also my favorite. 8 is the first one I really got attached to. So 8 will always hold a special place in my heart. The cinematography in the remake is absolutely amazing. The action is stellar. Oh, you know what? Let me throw that in there too. Speaking of cinematography, I'm also going to throw this in there. You ready for this? I know, this one's controversial. Dirge of Cerberus. A lot of people like to say that game was a flop. I had fun. I had fun with that whole thing from before Crisis to Crisis Core, 7, Advent Children, Dirge of Cerberus, the whole thing. I was hooked. I also need water. All right. Vincent, my guy, dude. Vincent was my guy. He was a beast. I mean, it's hard not to focus on the Sephiroth stuff, but I don't know. Crisis Core, I think, just that story. I know there's a lot of hate for or I shouldn't say hate. A lot of people look back at the gameplay of Crisis Core, and anybody that doesn't know what that game is, Final Fantasy VII came out in like 1996, 97, something like that. And several years later, probably about 2007, for the PSP, they came out with Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Or actually, it's Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII. Crisis Core came out after Advent Children, the movie. Advent Children is a sequel movie to Final Fantasy VII. Crisis Core is a game that is a prequel to Final Fantasy VII. There was also a mobile game that revolved around the Turks, and it's called Before Crisis. I don't even know if that game is available for download anymore. It would have to be emulated. I'm sure support stopped for it years ago, but I think it was only in Japan anyway, so you had to translate it. Either way, so for all purposes, the major prequel was Crisis Core. Now, I have heard, don't spoil it for me, but I have heard the Crisis Core storyline was retconned. Actually, the entire 7 story was retconned and rewritten, if you will, for the remake. However, if you play Final Fantasy VII, I recommend getting your hands on and playing Crisis Core. Crisis Core was an extremely emotional game. It was so powerful. That game is like, I know there's a faithful following for it, and the faithful following is not small. They are many, but that game should be as big as Final Fantasy VII, and it is not. Lunar says, okay, I love Giratina, but he's so angry. So he makes things crazy. But what I like about this is, or I shouldn't say what I like about this is, look what they did to this poor guy. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things, but I'm gonna let this boot up and check Discord really quickly, because the log is now telling me I have added roles, and I'm like, yeah, I know I did. I just did that myself. So thanks for letting me know, Discord. Lunar Nimshok has filled out the introduction, which I will read momentarily. And as for streaming, I'm thinking like probably another hour. Yeah, I think another hour will do it, and then I'm gonna do my New Year's stuff. All right, look at little tiny Giratina. You look on the left screen, and it's like that's Giratina's LinkedIn profile. Then you look on the right, and that's Giratina's Tinder profile. I don't know why they did that. He was so much more intimidating when he towered over me. I mean, they're both chibis, the players. They're both chibis. But then in one, he is absolutely terrifying. In the other one, he's shrunk a little bit. Shrunk to a tiny little Giratina. Little tiny demon Giratina. Alright. Archo says, the worst part about the Final Fantasy VII community is the whole debate about who Cloud loves. Yeah, that has been going on for years, I suppose. And that's fine. That every community has that, right? To a small extent, for a very, very small extent here, Zack had the same thing. Aerith was Zack's love interest. But for a very small little portion of the crowd, Cissnei crushing on Zack will always hold the biggest place of their heart. Now, those people have probably since moved on from that ship a long time ago. But I remember that very briefly when that game came out. There were several people that said that they had wanted Cissnei and Zack to run off together, if you will. But it makes no sense for the storyline. That's the whole reason that after they're fugitives, Zack goes back to Midgar. He never makes it, of course. I've always preferred Aerith because she's so awesome. Cloud and Aerith are adorable in the remake. That's just like Zack and Aerith. In fact, there was a friend of mine that played Crisis Core. It took a while to get him to play it, but he finally played it. And it was funny because he's a huge Final Fantasy VII enthusiast. He knows that game like the back of his hand, so much so he randomized the whole game and still got through it like it was nothing. Minus the fact he died at the beginning a bunch, but still. So, in fact, it was a mod he played called Final Fantasy VII. I can't remember what that was called. It started with, it was FF7R. That was what it was, because when he posted that on the on his thumbnail, he had to make sure that he said the R doesn't stand for remake, because the game wasn't out yet, the remake. Anyways, my point being is that, so Final Fantasy VII, he knows like the back of his hand. And I remember him questioning the story. He dug his own hole. He said, well, this is what doesn't make sense about the story. Why would Zack run back to Midgar when he's trying to get away from Shinra? He says, what logic does that make? And then he pulled the note out. The note in question was a love note from Aerith that made, basically Zack knew he had to go back for Aerith. And this guy was like in tears. He was literally watering up when he realized why Zack wanted to go back to Midgar even though he was a fugitive. I was like, you dug your own hole, man. You're the one that was questioning the logic. What's the reason? Why would they want to go back to Midgar? And then he finds out, and it's like, yep, you set yourself up for an emotional train wreck there, dude. You should not have asked the big questions. It was kind of a thing of beauty, to be honest. I still can go back in his streams and see that moment, and I'm like, it's just, that was, he dug his own hole, man. He dug his hole bad. But the parallels were just so powerful. That's why I say Crisis Core. You got to play 7 first. You can't do it in order. The chronological order is Crisis Core and then Final Fantasy 7. You got to go 7 first, then Crisis Core, because the parallels are mind-blowing. It's so overwhelming. And the Discord server has a couple little pings going on here. Nope, that's not for me. Not my ping. I don't care. I'm good. I thought it was a thing popping up for a new person in the server. I'm good. I'm caught up. Look at this neato. New year, new me. I hate that so much. I was talking to Raven about that. I said something like, it's such a sales pitch. New year, new you. I'm like, you know what? Screw that idea. The new year time should literally be a time to get away from all of the work crap we deal with. And school, work, whatever it may be, that plagues us. And recharge the batteries. Refocus on things. Thoughts on 9? Do I want to say spoilers? I mean, the game's 20 years old, so it's actually over 20 years old. So spoilers. Yeah, I'm going to go for a 9 spoiler. So heads up, you heard it. Just give me a minute. I'll get through my ramblings. Quick Final Fantasy IX spoiler. All right, here goes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kuja should have been the final boss. That's I'll die on that hill. Kuja was definitely the baddest villain in that game, and I loved how it progressed. I found out later how the games were made. Final Fantasy VIII and Final Fantasy IX were actually co-developed. So even though one says 8, one says 9, they were actually launched almost within the same year. Almost. They're like 11 months apart or something like that. What happened is they made 8 more of a dark tone, if you will, right? They wanted something darker, something a little different, something that was creepy / awesome, and 9 was more traditional and more comedic. So 9 kind of has the, here's your super boss, here's your antagonist, but you can see the other antagonist in the making, and the final boss is pretty straightforward. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. That was the game. I just love that it paired up with Final Fantasy VIII. 8 was, here's mind-blowing, jerking the storyline left, then right, then left, then right. You didn't see this coming. You didn't see that coming. You're wondering where this is going, and then when you hit the boss, boom, 4 full-blown phases, just like Sephiroth. So I liked both 8 and 9, how they fit into the world, you know? Both games are absolutely phenomenal, and Naya is absolutely going to have to play 9 because she's already played 8. Unfortunately, she didn't exactly like the ending to 8, which means that she'll love the ending to Final Fantasy 9, since it's more traditional. I will probably go for, I'm thinking like 40 more minutes. So that's my thoughts on 9. Now, it's hard for me to say. I don't want to do this, but I boil it down to the golden era of Final Fantasy in my mind. Definitely was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because I grew up with that. 6 was predating my life. 7, I was too young to understand, so I think I played 7. I probably played 7 like... I would say I played 7 right before the PS2 launched, or the PS2 had just launched. Same with 8. 8 was first. I played 8, then I played 7, then I played 9, then I played 10, and then I went back and played 6. Final Fantasy 1 is always a great classic. They certainly did well with Dissidia, going through the Final Fantasy games. Garland, for instance, went from this puny little thing on the Final Fantasy 1 screen and became this awesome, freaking amazing, absolute badass. Same thing for Hero. Final Fantasy 2 and 3 were also extremely good, but I had to wait years to get those. Final Fantasy 2 I actually got on a dual disc that I picked up years after, like way after it came out. It was called Final Fantasy Origins, not to be confused with the new Final Fantasy Origin. Origins was just a PS1 disc that had Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 2. 3 I actually got on the DS here. I have it somewhere around... I want to say I didn't finish it, though. I don't think I ever finished 3. 4 and 5 I never played. All backlogged games in my life. And then after 10, I never played 11 because it was online, and I didn't want to pay the subscription. 12, I played with a friend, but neither of us ended up finishing it. 13, same thing, never played it. Backlogged, I got it, I just didn't play it. 14, I'm hearing may be one of the greatest games ever made on this planet ever. Unfortunately, it's online, and by the time I start now, it'd be like I'd have to grind 300 hours just to catch up with everybody else, and that's just to get, competent at the game. But the DLCs that they're releasing for Final Fantasy XIV continue to make that game earn the award at the Game Awards, Best Ongoing Game. So 14, like I say, I'm hearing that that's like one of the greatest games ever created in the history of gaming. 15 is over there on the shelf. Again, did not play it. It's backlogged. Looking forward to it. And 16 is still in development, but looking forward to that as well. Like I say, I don't want to just boil it down to I like all of the old Final Fantasy games, but I haven't played the new ones necessarily yet. But I'm going to. That's the big key. I'm going to. I really want to. 15 sounds like it's amazing. It had a little bit of mixed opinion, I think, but regardless, I'm on board with that. All right, let me check things here. Just checking the stream. I'm checking Discord, and I'm seeing just how much longer I would like to go. Thank you guys for liking on the stream. Truly, that is awesome that you guys still enjoy my shiny hunts. I absolutely love shiny hunting, but I love being able to talk with you guys more while I'm doing it. I really do appreciate the time, guys. So, for the fellow lurkers out there, too, I know you're out there. I always hope that you're having a good time. I don't want you to be bored. I don't want the stream to suck. And it's the people in chat that help make that my reality. Because it's just like I don't know. I drink coffee here half the time when I go live early. So I can sit here, drink coffee, chat with everybody, play the game. Next up will be not Final Fantasy. Jeez. I thought about making a separate channel, actually, to do all RPGs on, but I don't even do the stuff I want to do yet. Either way, digress. Let's go back 5 pages. Fire Emblem, 3 Houses. I'm definitely going to finish that playthrough on stream, so that'll be the next stream. That said, for anybody who's a fan of my Nuzlocke series, because I actually created the channel to do a bunch of Nuzlocks. I was a strategic battler. I was a VGC champion. I mean, that was where I originated. So doing stupid Nuzlocke was kind of my thing. Haven't done one since Sword. And I want to do that with Diamond before I do my blind Nuzlocke with Pokemon Black. So here's for anybody out there a quick, I don't know, rundown. Welcome, Frisk. How are you doing on this lovely New Year's Eve? I was just talking about my Diamond Nuzlocke. Diamond is going to be my next Nuzlocke because I want that to lead into where I left off. I left off in Pokemon Diamond, and then I did not ever play Gen 5. I was going to school. I benched all but maybe a couple video games in my life. And then I missed Gen 6 as well. So finally, I'm going to, after 2 years of talking about this Nuzlocke, I'm finally going to do my Pokemon Black Blind Nuzlocke. But I'm going to do Diamond first. And I think I don't want to... I do traditional Nuzlocks. I don't randomize them and hack them, but I have a fun idea. There's about 500 custom Nuzlocks out there. Welcome, Prex, my friend. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. I'm thinking I'm going to do like a switch mode thing. I'm going to put it up to the viewers, maybe in the community tab, maybe a cross between that, Twitter, heck, maybe even a video. And I'm going to say, between gyms, maybe every 2 gyms possibly, but between gyms or every 2 gyms, I'm going to change the Nuzlocke rules. So let's say the opening trailers. We go through the starter, I pick the starter. I go to the first gym, I win there, everything's going great because the Nuzlocke is great because I'm a beast. And then I get to the second gym, I beat the second gym. Along the way, I've encountered every Pokemon, 1 Pokemon per route for the first route. Maybe then we switch the rules. We ban a type that is super effective against the gym for the next 2 gyms, and we do like pick 1 Pokemon per route instead of the first encounter on a route. And then that goes for 2 gyms. And then we switch up the rules again. I'm thinking that's how I'm going to do the Diamond Nuzlocke. As you can see in the Discord, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl has been treating me well with shiny luck. You have been getting all the luck that I'm not getting because I'm at probably about 3,200 encounters on Brilliant Diamond, coming up on about 2,500 encounters on Diamond. So I need your luck now. I hope Jirachi will grant my wish. I say, Jirachi, O wishmaker, grant my wish. I wish to see a shiny on one of these 2 screens today. May 2021 end on the highest flying shiny note ever. That, or you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, at the stroke of midnight, 2022 for me anyways, I'm going to do a couple of resets. Not many, just a couple. And I'm going to see if I will have the first shiny legendary caught in 2022 across all of shiny hunting. That would top anything. That would be my wish. If I'm not going to get it here, which I'm going to go for about 30 more minutes. So about 3:15-ish, I'm going to call it. But Tyrant is still eluding you, though. Well, that's all right. Everybody has that one that's hard to get, that one that eludes them, the one that tests their patience. And you know what? For me, there was actually 3. Cresselia for 15 freaking years. Mewtwo now going on its 3rd year. And Sandygast, I just stuck it out until 22,000 encounters later. I got it. But you know what? That's the thing. The one that tests us is the one that gives us the most satisfaction. It doesn't make us regret our life. It makes us feel strong. That said, it's always annoying when you see videos like 150 encounters in and boom, I got one. Yeah, unfortunately, Eduardo, I've been talking about it on my channel since my first video. Cresselia is over 100,000 encounters. I've lost track. I've completely lost track. I tried shiny hunting that thing so many times when these games were the relevant games. And then I would shiny hunt it even when I was stopped playing games and I was in college and all that. And I've been shiny hunting that thing and resetting and resetting and resetting. Oh my god, have I been resetting. It's been probably, if these games came out in 2007, right? Yeah, they came out in 2007. I wouldn't have started that hunt until probably 2008, close to 2009. That's probably about where I would have started the hunt. So you're talking, it's more like 12 or 13 years of hunting that thing. I have done so many encounters. I just go in probably every couple months. I get into this mode of like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to reset 1,000 encounters for Cresselia right now. You release it, you run out, you encounter it, you start over. You release it, you run out, you encounter it, you start over. At a certain point, I'm just like, how has this many years gone by? It's so I've been talking about it on my channel now since 2018. I've said, like, one of these days I'm going to post a video and I'm going to have the thing. And that still has not happened. I've been talking about that for 3 years. I'm like, so these last 3 years I've been doing Cresselia hunts, on and off, same thing. But I've gotten pretty intense into the hunt sometimes. You know, I'll sit there for hours watching something or doing something, and also resetting for that Cresselia, and still nothing. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get it in Brilliant Diamond before I'm even gonna get it in Diamond. Holy crap! I got a Pachirisu, says Prax, in full odds radar patch, and it's completely random full odds Floatzel just running through the grass. Wait, and a completely full odds Floatzel. Now that is some serious luck. If those were all full odds random encounters, that was right before the games came out. I got a full odds Graveler. It was the first time I ever chained and found a full odds non-shiny patch that had a shiny ever. That was the first time ever. All right, give me just 1 second here. All right, sorry, I am back. Had to run off for just a second. My friends, they called me a madman. They said, why? Why would you do this? Why would you waste all those hours? Who gets the last laugh? Well, you know what? Here's the beauty of it. The one who laughs last laughs loudest. One more second. All right, back again. Originated says takes pretty long. Lunar says it's like rolling a 4096 sided die, and it needs to land on the perfect number. Well, somewhat what's worse about it, I was talking about this earlier, is the random number generator, right? So the history of random number generators is nothing is truly random. It can't be. In the right screen here, Pokemon Diamond, there is a seed. Basically, when you boot up the game, it starts at a certain number, and the same numbers roll over and over and over and over as a random number generator. That was kind of the primitive way to do it. On the left side here, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond uses a more sophisticated random number generator. It's called ZorShift 128. The only thing I can really tell you, because I'm not a programmer, is ZorShift 128 is a common random number generator that utilizes a lot more functions in rolling the odds, or rolling the shiny frame. So ZorShift uses like what day it is, what time it is, and it has a certain number of ticks since the console boot up, or since the game boot up. So ticks since boot up is kind of the only thing that plays in the right side. It starts off with a certain factor. I do not know what those factors are. I think it's based on your trainer ID, and that's it, actually. So then the ticks since boot up are the same for OG Diamond. They don't change. That's why you'll see a lot of people can, well, not a lot of people, a very small enthusiast crowd can actually figure out through a bunch of stupid math that I wouldn't waste my time on what the seeds are. And I say seed is what frame you're at. So the game on the left here is like 100 frames per second. It's scrolling through 100 frames. Boom, 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 boom. Actually, it might even be faster than that. And you got to let the clock run a little bit, because if you just boot the game up and reset as fast as you can, you may be hitting the same frames over and over and over and over and over and over and over. So the game on the right, same thing. You can let the clock run when you reset it, but it really doesn't mean nearly as much as OG Diamond. OG Diamond, you don't want to just reset the game and then hit it immediately. You want to give it some time to go. The only issue is if you have an old game that has a save battery, once the clock's battery goes out, you're stuck in the same spot every single time. In fact, I want to say maybe that's it. Diamond does have something. The clock may have something that does with the RNG, because a lot of people use the dead clock, or maybe it's the other way around. Once the clock dies, you're screwed, because then the seed never changes. I think that's what it is. That's what it is you want the clock to be dead. That way, when you soft reset legendaries, the seed is always the same. That means the same frame is always shiny. Versus in Diamond, it goes off the clock on the actual DS. So the random number generator, I think, does move. It's just, basically you have to reseed it every time. But regardless, you want a certain amount of frames to go by. You don't want to just keep pressing reset over and over and over and over and over, because you may be hitting the same frames and your shiny frame isn't for, probably 2,000 more frames. So sometimes I hit it right away. Sometimes I give it some time. Eduardo says, I gave up on Uxie. 4 weeks straight, no luck. That's where I'm at here, man. 4 weeks straight. Each day was at least 6 hours. Now, that I didn't do. If you did each day 6 hours, where's my calculator? Here it is. All right, so here's your issue is at a conservative 100 average, that's 600 times 7 times 4. That would mean you were at you were at 16,000 encounters total on that hunt. That is a rough hunt, because you have quadruple odds now. You have gone so far over odds that you're at like my Sandygast level, where I'm like, the odds are boosted, and I still took 22,000 encounters. That's just terrible luck, man. There's nothing you can do about that except persevere. Prex says, I actually think the craziest luck I ever had in Pokemon was I was doing a randomized Nuzlocke and caught an Electabuzz, then found the Electrizer on the ground the next route over. That's, I don't remember, I know it's rare, I just don't remember how you did it. I can't remember how you got that. It's been a while since I did that. Originated says, yeah, I like to visualize it. I got the RNG between 1 and 4,096, and if it lands on 4,096, it's shiny. Well, that's what sucks about it, actually. So it turns out it's not 4,096. It's more like 20,000 because each shiny frame has different IVs. So if you think about it, it's like there's 28,000, let's say, 28,000 frames. Of those, you know, it's like 8. Well, let me do the math correctly. So let's say 32. There's 32,000 frames. Actually, it's more like 132. You get my point. There's like 10 shiny frames out of 100,000 or 120,000 frames. Each of those 10 has different IVs and natures. So the seed actually says this one has this nature, this IV spread, and it's shiny. I do not know if that's how it works in this one, but I know in the old one that's how it worked. So you had to, like, you would wait 30, 45 seconds to get, it's cheating basically, but if you're going to RNG manipulate, you want to know where the 6 IV shiny is, and to do that, you'd sometimes wait a minute and 30 seconds, like straight 90 seconds since boot up, and you'd go 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, or you'd have a clock going, and then right at the exact moment you need it, you would hit it. But at the same time, are you even shiny hunting if you're just RNG manipulating, right? Renzo, my friend, welcome, welcome. You are not late. I am going to go maybe 20, 25 more minutes. But nonetheless, how are you doing on this New Year's Eve? Hopefully the holidays have gone well for you guys. I know that there's a lot of holidays that don't go well for some people. I'm truly appreciative that we can all get away from any problems we have and just enjoy, like drinking buddies, sitting here talking about. We talked about Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy. We talked a little bit about Smash earlier. We talked about Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Yeah, that's a game most people didn't even know existed. So let me catch up on chat here a little bit. I did roughly, yeah, you probably did about 16,000 encounters. Also, the seed thing would have been nice to know early on. Well, I'm not an expert on RNG. I could be talking out my my rear end here. I know the frames matter, though. There's an internal clock that the frames are cycling as you're doing this. So I like to literally wait up to a full minute sometimes just to screw around, you know. Prox says items were randomized too. So that's why. Okay. Yeah, that's some good luck there. That's like playing a randomizer, catching a Nidoran, and then finding a Moonstone right away. The greatest luck I ever had, other than running into full odds shinies by accident, I guess it'd be Graveler, because I ran into that by accident, and I had a Quagsire that had damp on me. But that's not really an accident. I always have a Quagsire, or I always have something with damp and something with a weather effect on me. Renzo says, oh, that's nice. I catch up on the stream. It's so busy here that it's already 2022. Hoping for a good year. Welcome to the new year. Or I should say I will welcome you into the new year. I'm still back in 2021. But hoping for a good year. 2021 was a great year for me. I can't say anything. Pretty much everything was great. You want to hear something very dumb that ILCA overlooked? I would say it was void glitching, but what else? I've heard so many glitches with this game. It's getting ridiculous. I walked through solid walls by accident. When I was the first stream I did of Brilliant Diamond, I did a walk through walls glitch by accident. I'm like, how did you guys not fix that? You had 20 years to do it, or you had 15 years to fix walk through wall glitches. How did you allow that to exist? You don't even have to battle trainers. You can get out of every trainer battle. I don't know if they patched that or not, but they finally said, okay, maybe we should patch out the ability to take take a non-shiny, create it into a shiny, and then duplicate it 44 times in a second. They finally patched that out and said maybe that's a little excessive. In Sword and Shield, they changed it so Chansey can no longer have a lucky... Really? No way. Okay. Only Blissey can. Veilstone. There's a Chansey that you get lucky eggs from. They kept the change for BDSP, but it's impossible to find Blissey in the wild, so you can't farm the lucky egg. Really? No way. Dude, this is where you used to get lucky eggs. You You'd use a Venomoth that had clear eyes, I believe was the ability. I'm starting to forget my abilities too. So that it increased the chance of a wild Pokemon carrying an item. Then you'd go to Hearthome. Sorry, not Veilstone. Hearthome. Right there. That's where Chansey spawns. You'd go there and you'd find one in 10 minutes. Now it's inaccessible. Awesome. Thanks, ILCA. You guys, really... I don't know if anybody looks through the programming after the company, because ILCA basically... They were basically a contract for this. They contracted out the game, if you will. I don't know if anybody reviewed it after the fact. I would assume they have to. Make sure all the moves do what they are supposed to do and everything like that. And somebody had to do quality testing, massive quality testing. Nintendo should have a huge quality department, which I guess they don't, because this isn't the first game this has happened. But still, that seems a little like, why would you do that? They do logic checks for everything. I assumed anyways. Prex says the only lucky egg you can get for free is in the underground. You have to buy them in the battle tower for 77 battle points. Dude, botch. Big time botch. Alright, let me see if I missed anything. Nope, looks like I'm caught up on chat. I got Originated, I got Prex, Eduardo, Lunar. Yes, I am caught up on chat. They literally forgot to put Blissey in the wild. That would have helped. Out of curiosity, does anybody know? Because I have not looked this up at all. I've been stuck here. I went from Dialga straight to Giratina. What did they do with special spawns that you used to have to use the second slot in the DS for? Example, I had to evolve my Blossom. To evolve that Blossom, I needed a Sunstone. The Sunstone is held by Solrock. Solrock only spawns if you have a copy of Pokemon Ruby in the bottom slot of the DS. How did they address that? Do they just make them spawn, or are they stuck in the underground? See? You can only get that if you had the Sunstone. I think they just put them in the Grand Underground. I was just curious. I found a Sunstone in the Underground. Well, that answers that. Alright, that answers that. They just stuck everything in the Grand Underground. Now I know why they created the Grand Underground. The real reason. Makes more sense now. I mean, it's cool that they created it. I really think that is cool, honestly. The Underground used to kind of suck. I think there's a lot of people suddenly that appreciated the old Underground. I did not. I was never on board with that. But now it makes more sense that they expanded on a feature that kind of needed a little bit of expansion. They needed some help on that feature, and they did that. So props to them. That was a good move. You can't get Gliscor until post-game, and you can only get the Razor Fang from Battle Tower. Man, that sucks. Yeah, you can't... Gliscor is now behind a wall of difficulty. Like... Well, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. The battle tower is not that bad. It's when you're trying to get the trophies. I remember the battle tower in Ruby and Sapphire, the 100 victory, the silver statue was for 50, and the golden statue, and you'd put the golden statue in your hidden base. Hidden bases, or secret bases rather. Secret bases were awesome in Gen 3. I freaking loved those. They were so cool. And to display the 100 wins, you had to, or to display the golden statue, you had to get 100 wins. So once you got past 50, things were getting sketchy, for sure. And I'm gonna give it a sec. You know what? I'm gonna when I'm doing this, how many counts on Giratina? About 2,300 on the left side. I'm sorry, the right side here. OG Diamond is about 23, and we're about 32, let's say, based on how long have I been live? Yeah, we'll go with about 3,200 on OG Diamond. When I'm recording, when you guys aren't watching, sometimes I run circles around him and then encounter him. I also think that'd be pretty funny if it did shine. That'd be a pretty funny recording. Hey, Game Boy Boyle has returned. Game Boy Boyle says, my laptop is broken, no stream. No! Michael Jackson Moonwalker will not be streamed as the bell tolls the new year. Ah, my heart is broken, my friend. That sucks. But welcome back, Boyle. I'm probably going to call it here in 20 minutes. Actually, I'll go to 3:30. I'll call it at 3:30. That's dedication. This one's taking a little bit of time, but it's Dialga was 2,500, so it wasn't that bad. I can live through it. We can all push through together and get our shinies together. That's the best part. I said this about somebody earlier said, my friend, yeah, it was Prex. No, it wasn't Prex. Lunar? One of you guys had said, my friends all called me mad. And that was actually a legit thing that I mentioned in the Dialga stream is, Dialga, I had like 500 people in chat, well, I shouldn't say all shiny hunting, but many of us were shiny hunting together. And right now, we've got 13 people, 16 likes, by the way. Thank you guys for doing that. I seriously do appreciate that, the optional feedback you're giving me. We're all shiny hunting. When I shiny hunted in Diamond, I was the only person I knew. I did not have anybody I could talk to outside of YouTube, outside of, we didn't even have Reddit. Like, I remember GameFAQs was like where I learned how to shiny hunt, and GameFAQs, I didn't even learn on GameFAQs. I actually learned from shiny hunters. They were all posting on one of those z.envision free websites. Remember those? That was the free website hosting back in the day. Envision free websites. And that is, if I wanted to talk to another shiny hunter, that's where I had to go. They called me mad because I remember that's how it was. People would literally say, that's an awesome shiny. Man, you're wasting your life. I would not waste that much time on that shiny. I'd rather just hack it or not have it at all. So there was a lot of that. There was a lot of, oh my God, that shiny is amazing. Now, my friends never said that to me. Personally, my friends loved it because I gave them shinies all the time. The shinies that they really, really wanted. They loved them. They adored them more than I did. But there was also a lot of that at, like, tournaments. A lot of, oh, you're a shiny hunter. Dude, what a waste of your life. Like, there was a real bad stigma about that. You guys all get it. We all are shiny hunters. We all get it. So that's probably the coolest part about it is it's like, wow, it's not like it used to be. Shiny hunting became mainstream. In fact, I thought about making a video. Several times I've thought about making a video called When Shiny Hunting Became Mainstream. And it was just so cool to suddenly be validated. Like, oh yeah, maybe we aren't crazy. Maybe it's not just a club of people that are all celebrating something they do that no one else cares about. You know? It's mainstream now. People actually do like the shinies, and they know what you went through, and they respect it. It's cool. Or you got really lucky and everybody can celebrate together. That's another thing, too, is we all hate people that get shinies in 2 minutes, but at the same time, you know, we're happy for them. I think it used to be a little different. It used to be like, that was a true shiny. Finding it when you weren't looking for it. That was the only valid shiny. Can I go behind you, Garrett? Yeah, I can. Check it out. Yeah, that's the true encounter. That's the canonical encounter. Encountering it from the backside. Fully broke? No, dude, you're fully broke. Like, the actual laptop is done. Dude, I'm sorry to hear that. That literally sucks. Did you lose everything that was on it? I really hope not, dude. Prex says, oh, no, you didn't lose any music, did you, Boyle? I would have to assume you've got that in multiple spots. Renzo says, yeah, when I was on your Dialga stream, the hype went through the roof when that thing appeared. Dude, that was pretty cool. I cannot lie, that was pretty cool. And people were so happy about that video. You are correct. I have the multiple videos. Oh, Reggie Gigas. No, that wasn't on stream. I take it back. I was gonna say Reggie Gigas. I have a Reggie Gigas video. People were happy about that, but not nearly as excited as Dialga. Those two videos were quick legendaries, or I should say not quick, Well, yeah, I mean, they both took about like 2 or 3 days. So, but I didn't see nearly the hype for Regigigas as I did that Dialga. People were so happy to see that. I'm like, dude, that was so fun. That was just so fun to do, and to see how many people got Dialga in the same stream. That was so cool. Another year goal, watch more films. I have become a sucker for going to the movies. I've got several cool theaters out here, and I'm just a sucker for going to see the movies. Like, I saw Venom, and I saw Venom Let There Be Carnage in theaters, and those memories are some of my favorite. I saw Detective Pikachu a day early. Still no idea why they opened it early, but I remember my friend and I were actually, well, it was Naya. Naya and I both saw that they were showing it, and we're like, how? This movie's not out yet. So we went and saw it, and I've got the Pikachu card. I got the promo card with all my other promo cards. Movies, just going to the movies is like, I'm appreciating that more. Oh, man, the Demon Slayer movie. Naya and I went to see Demon Slayer, the Japanese. Well, they actually had the dub available. We went to the Japanese debut of Demon Slayer in theaters, which, when's the last time you saw an anime movie make it to a theater screening? It was amazing. And the people there, I was kind of expecting a bunch of, like, nerdy, like, overly nerdy, dare I say the W word, a bunch of weebs. Dude, these people were awesome. Nobody was being rude during the movie. Everybody was cheering at the right moments, not overly cheering. It was so cool. That was another one of my greatest memories. And I think that was last year. That wasn't this year. Or no, that must have been earlier this year. Yeah, Demon Slayer was earlier this year because season 2's finally coming out, or has come out. I'm not sure. I gotta see which one's which. Dialga is green boy, so it's better. Heck yes. I actually watched your old Dialga hunts. My old ones. Oh no, yeah, okay, yeah. My from a couple weeks ago. I thought for a second I was like, I don't remember doing Dialga on video back in 2018 when I did my second Dialga. But Spirited Away was on the big screen at one point. Okay, I'll give you that. Studio Ghibli probably has a lot of theater releases. And Walker Sunrise says, my dude. And I say, Walker, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. How are you doing, my friend? Oh, duh, you're right. There's two. No, you're right, Eduardo. You got my brain going here. It's firing on all cylinders again. Dragon Ball Z, the Broly movie, had an amazing theater release. Granted, I do not watch Dragon Ball Z anymore, but I'm happy that Super exists. And it had an amazing theater release. But then you just reminded me before that, quite a few years ago, Pokemon did have a theater release. It wasn't like Detective Pikachu where it was nationwide, but select few theaters across the nation, they were doing oh, which one was it? The one where Pikachu actually talked and it blew everybody's mind. Cannot remember that. Mewtwo Strikes Back Evolution, I think, was going to have a theater release, but then it went straight to Netflix and such. They had to cut a deal to not only to fund finishing the movie, but they had to, they couldn't do theaters, so they had to make revenue somewhere else. Pokemon, the first movie in theater. My parents took me to see it. I have well, it wasn't from that movie, so let me go through here. I have the promo Pikachu card. I did not get the promo Dragonite card. I wish I had that one. I have the promo Mewtwo card. Then the next movie I have Ancient Mew. And then the third movie I saw in theaters, and probably the last time they showed a Pokemon movie in theaters, was Entei. And I have the promo Entei from that. So I had all those cards together. And then on top of that, I have the holographic Pikachu card from Detective Pikachu. Detective Pikachu, I'm going to go with it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to go out here and just say it. 10 out of 10. Perfection. I loved Detective Pikachu. I had so much fun. It had references you could get if you've been an enthusiast for years. It had references you could understand the movie without being a Pokemon enthusiast. You only had to know the franchise existed. So everybody was on board. Everybody knew what was going on. It had a great plot. It didn't follow the game entirely either, I found out. So if you had played Detective Pikachu, the video game, then you were still in for a surprise. It had something for everything. Plus, it was just amazing to see that Pikachu was voiced by Ryan Reynolds. So they went with Ryan Reynolds, and they knew that that was going to get a hit. So everyone's like, oh my god, this is great. It's a video game adapted to a live-action movie, and it's Ryan Reynolds playing Pikachu. And then the answer to that in my mind was Sonic. Sonic goes, well, we're also going to do the live-action video game adaptation, and Sonic is somewhat a rival to Pokemon still. So how do you compete with Ryan Reynolds being Pikachu? Robotnik being played by Jim Carrey. That's how. I thought that was like, it was a call and answer. It's like, we got Ryan Reynolds to be Pikachu, and it's like, well, we got Robotnik, and it's Jim Carrey. You remove Pikachu. Unfortunately, Pikachu never answered it. There is no Detective Pikachu 2. I saw the film at the cinema, The Mask, I'm pretty confident. The first film I ever saw. I don't know what the first movie I ever saw was in theaters. I only have the promo Ancient Mew. Detective Pikachu seemed good for... Dude, Walker, it's great. I recommend it 1,000%. I recommend it as much as I can recommend anything. I put my word behind it that you will enjoy it. Renzo says, wow, I wasn't born when the first Pokemon movie was made. Oh, you know what, Renzo? You're going to be alive for like the 5,000th Pokemon, and I'm not. Or there's a good chance I'm not. At least, you know what? I was there for Pokemon number 1, but at least you're going to be there for like number 5,000. So, speaking of which, we made it, guys. I made it. I lived long enough. When Gen 9 comes out someday, inevitably, they need less than 100 Pokemon to finish getting a 1,000 Pokedex. So, question number 1. How do you feel about 1,000 Pokemon? I was there from start to end. I was there from Pokemon number 1 all the way through 1,000. Number 2, if you had the pressure of picking a Pokemon who has to be Dex number 1K, and it can't be Arceus because that already exists, who'd you pick? Would it be something whimsical? Would it be a deity? Would it be like, I don't know, another Pikachu clone? What would you pick for Pokemon 1K? Raven, how's the stream going now? It's going great, Raven. I was actually going to call it at 3:30, and now I got you guys brought up Detective Pikachu, and then I brought up Gen 9, and now I'm rolling too fast. I can't stop. But I'm just impressed, I guess. You know, to an extent, I remember like when Gen 3 came out. I remember thinking, oh man, someday there's a chance that we're gonna. No, it was about Gen 4. Gen 4 is probably at the point where I was like, Pokemon's never going to die. This thing's going to go forever, just like Star Wars. So then I'm like, oh man, someday there could be 1,000 Pokemon. That'll be amazing. That was 15 years ago. I remember thinking that as a kid or as a teen. And now we're going to get there. We're actually going to get there. And I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. I'm going to see 1K. So at some point I'm wondering, who gets the responsibility? And do you stop there? Do you make it 1K? Like, do you make it a big thing? Is that the promo? See Pokemon number 1,000. Maybe you stop at 999 with Gen 9. You know, 999 for Gen 9. And then, well, actually, that might tick off some of the religious groups. Well, you know what? Pokemon already did that years ago. Whatever. And then you debut Pokemon number 1,000 during a movie. Maybe that's how you do it. What if that's the way they... How would you feel if that's how they played this? They add... What do we need? 97 Pokemon. They add 97 Pokemon. Well, no, because we're probably going to get new Pokemon in Arceus that weren't revealed already, I would imagine, right? They wouldn't just reveal everything for Arceus. So let's say we get 10 new Pokemon. Brand new Pokemon, new evolutions we never knew existed, which is cool for the lore. Because it suggests that a lot of single-stage Pokemon, they can evolve. We just lost it through history. In the game, the lore, in the game. They revealed basically that there's a chance that single-stage Pokemon have evolutions that have been lost through history. So let's say we get 10 new Pokemon in Arceus. That seems like a reasonable expectation, along with Hisuian forms. So let's go with, let's say they add 87 new Pokemon for Gen 9, and they leave it at Dex number 999, and then they come out with a movie, and Pokemon number 1000 gets revealed in the movie, kind of like Zarude did, except cool. How would you guys feel about that? Disappointment or hype? If it were me, I would reveal number 1K in a movie and then hand out promo cards of it when you go to the theater. I gotta get 1,000 Pokemon for the shiny charm? Hard pass. Good point, Eduardo. Shiny hunters just sit here and go, dude, you're making that charm harder and harder to get. Be like me, Eduardo. Reject the charm exists at all. Also, when you said 3:30 p.m., it is barely 12:30 for you, Raven. Well, some of us live on the East Coast, and some of us live on the West Coast. Some of us are buried in snow and ice cold for the next 3 months, and some of us have tropical paradise all year round. Raven. Game Boy Boyle says, end boss of 9 is so dumb. Oh, are you, Boyle, is your stream behind by chance? I'm just curious if you knew that we were talking about the Final Fantasy 9 bosses earlier, or if you just brought that up by total chance. Because I was talking about that earlier with the question of how did I feel about Final Fantasy 9. I remember when the Vatican publicly defended Pokemon. I remember that. Dude, my parents never cared. I was so lucky. They never cared about anything about Pokemon being... You know, my mom listened to Ozzy Osbourne and Alice Cooper. She didn't care what they said about Pokemon. It was awesome. Freaking amazing. I'm in Texas, the hottest place around. But I'll be joining you in the East Coast land soon. Better jobs over there. Well, I'm technically not in the East Coast. I don't even know why I'm on Eastern time, to be honest. They couldn't decide what they wanted to do with us with the time zones. So they were like, screw it. Just give them Eastern. They're frozen. They don't care. They don't think much right now. They're just trying to stay warm. Renzo says, sorry, I'm actually got to go. Oh, no worries. No worries at all, Renzo. It was a pleasure to talk to you. It always is. I was glad to see you. I hope your New Year's goes well. I'm probably going to... I truly am. I'm going to call it soon, I promise. Alice Cooper has great material. Biozine, I saw Alice Cooper live. And not only does he keep getting better as he gets older, he is so passionate about it. It's one of the best shows you'll ever see. And the tickets were cheap, dude. I felt like I stole that show. Where are you? I'm going to Florida with an old friend. We're going to split a house at work and work at the same pharmacy. I am all the way up near Canada. I'm in Michigan. I am enjoying frozen everything right now. Or as we say up here, the Great Lakes. Always fresh, sometimes frozen. Magical Raven says, I had a friend who lived in your state. Didn't you guys have two different houses in the state? Wait, 2 different hours. Oh, wait. Start over. I read that wrong. I have a friend who lives in your state. Don't you guys have 2 different hours? Yes. It's split kind of on the east side of the state, southern side. So this is why Eastern time makes so much sense. Because it doesn't just split straight down the middle. It goes in a zigzag. So the clock actually switches when you're in southwestern Michigan. That's when you're in Eastern time. Kind of over the Indiana border. That's especially when it changes. Indiana might have, I don't know if they do or not, they might have Eastern time in parts of the state too. Battle Creek, Michigan, the hometown of the greatest wrestler, Rob Van Dam. Rob Van Dam. I don't watch wrestling. But I want to say I do know Rob Van Dam because if I had a favorite wrestler, it was definitely Kane. And Rob Van Dam and Kane were a tag team, I think. Am I correct? I'm probably way wrong with that. I really hope that I wasn't wrong about that. Probably sounds so ignorant. I apologize. Walker says he remembers his old man taking him out to fishing trips on the Great Lakes. You know, I have never fished on the Great Lakes. I have fished on smaller lakes, but I've never probably, you know what, I've bass fished and catfished. I have never fished for like pike, muskie, anything big. And I'm certainly not a noodler. I am absolutely not a noodler. Those guys are nuts. And if you don't know what noodling is, it's when you stick your bare hand into a hole and catch a catfish. Well, actually, you use your toes first to see if the fish is in the hole, and then you grab them. Hey, look at that. I was right. I don't even know why I know that. I know exactly why I know that. What am I talking about? Biozine, I know why I know that. Rob Van Dam's theme song is one of a kind. That's how I know. I know a lot of the theme songs. I used to get, like, heck, did you guys know the band Disturbed? I actually grew up near, I lived near where many of the members of Disturbed grew up. And they actually, one of their earliest breakthroughs was they got a deal with the World Wrestling Federation, I think it was at the time, WWF. And they did the theme for a wrestler named Steve Austin, better known as Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that was Disturbed that did that theme. The band Finger 11 did Kane's theme. So that's why I know. I'm pretty sure that's why I know that. Just the random facts you see, like, in comments on videos, you know, on different themes and such, heavy metal themes for wrestlers. Yeah, Walker, that's somebody. You said Rob Van Dam's from Michigan. Well, I'm pretty sure Steve Austin's from Texas. Walker says, I only fished for bass on the Guadalupe River and sunfish. Sunfish are good, like that, bluegill and sunfish, like if you can catch a bunch of them and you have a good fish fry there. But I don't know why catfish is like my favorite fish. Like I will, any day of the week, if catfish is on sale, I'm there. And I'll fry it up in the pan. Not even fry it, actually. I just grill it in the pan. A little bit of oil and season it, and just maybe, if I'm really adventurous, saute it or soak it in milk for a little while and then do it. But that's, no, catfish, just I'll eat that. Like, you can cook it any way as long as it doesn't have bones, I guess. Or catfish, I guess, probably have a mud vein. Yeah, I would imagine they do. So you want the mud vein out. So I've not cooked my own catfish. I've caught catfish, and then it eventually makes its way to me as meat. I've never filleted them myself. All right, where was I at? Let me see here. All right, got that. Hey, I think I'm caught up. Raven, I got your message. You're not shiny, so I'm going to reset you. And then Walker says, oh, yeah, that lake was absolutely inundated with sunfish, so he'd catch a ton and fry them up for breakfast. Dude, I'm telling you, I've done multiple bluegill fish fries. Again, I didn't do it myself. I probably should learn that, so at some point, if I ever need to get my own fish, you know, I can. If you are somebody who can catch a fish, fillet the fish, cook the fish, and eat the fish, you are self-sustaining, because there's always fish. At least where I'm at, there's always fish. Sea salt. Speaking of fish, sea salt. How are you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. I'm actually very close to calling it. I will say I'm going to commit to what I said. I'm going to call the stream shortly. But let's go with the countdown. Let's go 15. We'll call it in 15 encounters on Brilliant Diamond. I will go ahead and call the stream in 15 encounters. Not that one. We won't count that one because that was already midway through. All right, starting now, 15. I'm keeping an eye on it. Turnback Cave, are you going to do anything for me in the year 2021? I just woke up. Rip. Sorry, Sea Salt. I apologize. I've been going for a few hours here. I'm gonna call it here very shortly. But it's a pleasure to have you for 15 encounters. How are you doing? Any big New Year's plans, or staying in, enjoying it, just enjoying that most of us have nothing to do on New Year's? No commitments anyways, like going to work, going to school. Teach a man to fish, he will eat for life. But give him $1 million and he will eat better. Get your hands in your pockets, billionaires. Hey, I am as much anti super wealth as I am anti-influencer. Here's encounter number 1. You keep showing up yellow, and you keep disappointing me, Giratina. And Raven is lurking. Raven, you may lurk through the end. I don't know. We'll see. But this is it. The last encounters. I may, like I say, if I don't get it now, which, of course, I'm totally going to get it right now, right? I may do an encounter right as the clock ticks. Do like 10 encounters and see if I can get a an instant, like, first of the year, first hour of the year, boom, shiny for the start of the year. That I will give that a shot at most. All right, you're not shiny. Flip. Let's see. That says Mama Dao says salute to you, my friend. Bonasera. How are you doing? Welcome to my New Year's Eve stream. This is the last chance I have to get this thing to shine for the year 2021. Sea Salt says I'm staying home with family. Nothing special. It's special as long as you enjoy it. Walker says anti-influencer. Also says had 500 viewers at some point. Yeah, it was like 550 was the peak. But that's the thing. I didn't just I don't tote around like now I'm an influencer. I'm a big shot. My words mean something. It's like, no. You know what? At the end of the day, we're all still here like drinking buddies, coming in and having a good time. At the end of the day, chatting with you guys while I shiny hunt is why this is fun. If I wanted to be an influencer, I would immediately start being like, well, let me go get some sponsorship deals, and let me go partner up with other YouTubers, and let me make sure I never address you guys by your names. I just make sure that, oh my God, we've got this many likes and this many followers, and make sure I talk about channel growth only. Never talk about who I've met. I think that sounds about good, right? Sorry, guys. I have some. Well, I shouldn't say I have strong opinions. I have opinions on things. I am human. This is number 2. 13 more encounters on Brilliant Diamond. All right. Raven says, I was raised in San Jose for the first 10 years of my life. I was born there, don't live there now. Oh, you were talking to Eduardo. Yeah, that's true too, Biozine. Yeah, I don't know. I guess now that I know what the internet's like, because I don't have any social media privately. I have created Twitter for Nito Marquis, and that's like my coffee thoughts. I'm literally drinking coffee and typing whatever garbage comes out of my mouth. But regardless, now that I've seen what social media is, I'm like, so everybody just wants to be heard. Like, everybody wants it to be a platform so that they can make money via altering the opinions of people that see their stuff. What is this? This is not how this was supposed to go. Garbage. Total garbage. Giratina, let's get some shinies going. OG Watcher, that's true. Sea Salt has been here for quite some time. That was number 3, by the way. OG Watcher here, or just before he reached 1K? I think it was probably before that. But and you know what? That was it. I celebrated my only subscriber goal. I can talk. My only subscriber goal was 1K, and the reason for that was YouTube made a lot of money off of me, and I was just like, man, you should see my setup. I could use, like, this laptop has had a couple little hiccups. I'm like, YouTube, that's the only thing I hate. The only thing I hate is that they were making free cash off of what I was producing. I'm like, I'm not doing anything super over-the-top original here. I'm playing games that certainly a lot of people have played. I'm not creating original content, and I edit videos that aren't gameplay videos maybe 3 times a year tops. So I recognize that the value of my original content is not very high, but regardless, it offended me that YouTube was taking it. I was like, dude, that sucks. Yes, Joshua, welcome. I just joined the stream. Joshua, I have been streaming for a while. I'm, what was that? That was number 3, right? 12 more encounters. So on Brilliant Diamond, I'm actually going to call it a stream in 12 more encounters, which you cannot discredit that could be the one, because Raven, as you have just said, gives me magical luck. Raven was my good luck charm. As soon as Raven started hanging around, luck changed for random number generators for me. And I literally said that during the Dialga hunt. I said, Raven is my good luck charm, and I was literally doing like a countdown for 5 encounters, and right as I said that, bam, it shined. So this means I've got 12 Giratina encounters that could still shine for me. Nonetheless, Joshua, welcome, welcome. You just got Shining Pearl for Christmas. That is awesome. How are you enjoying the game? Is this your first version of Gen 4 that you've played? I don't know why I'm feeling good about this one. Never mind. I shouldn't feel too good about that one. Call it a stream, call it a year. That was number 4. YouTube offended me on a lot of accounts, which I went back, reset to Twitch. And, you know, I did to an extent. I don't think I would go to Twitch. I kind of made the decision, guys. Johnny, what's going on? It says, good luck. I just got Shiny Dialga on the 26th encounter. I'm shiny hunting as Elf. Dude, that is amazing. For you to have 26 encounters, you're the person that we all wish we were, because that's my first rule of shiny hunting. Everybody else has the luck except for me. But nonetheless, we have 2 people now shiny hunting as Elf. Hope you get yours. I got my Dialga. I'm going after Giratina. This is actually the second time I'm going after Giratina, at least for you. As you can see, I'm pointing to the screen on the. You can see it clearly. I'm pointing to my DS. So I basically just decided that I used to say I was going to light the match. If anything happened, like if I got banned off YouTube, I would light the match. Now I'm thinking that would be how I end up on Twitch, is if something happens on YouTube, then maybe I would consider going to Twitch. But I can't do both of them at once. I don't have that time commitment to it, and I'd have to stream on 2. That'd be craziness, going back and forth, Twitch, YouTube, streaming every day. Nonetheless, Joshua says, this is my first ever Pokemon main series game. That was 5, by the way. Main series game. I'm at the 3rd gym. I first started with Pokemon Go. Dude, brand new Pokemon fan. That's awesome. Welcome to the franchise. It's a love-hate relationship sometimes, but certainly these games are excellent. They did sort of just contract out the remake of the game. I will say there's some flaws, but I'm willing to look over the flaws any day because it's just fun to sit here and play. Lunar says, whoever got that Dialga, give me some luck. Give us all some luck. Let's go. Walker says, I did both for a while. Reset. But I could no longer have the time. That's it. I have a full-time job that's... It requires commitments outside of just 9 to 5, if you will. Water, help me. That was number 6. Oh, I probably should have shut the mic off before I cleared my throat like that. I think that says... X lead. How are you, my friend? Welcome to the final, what was that, 9 encounters. I have 9 more encounters to go. 9 more encounters to go on Brilliant Diamond, and then I'm going to go ahead and call it a stream. Yes, Raven, thank you. I did drink water, and I got my throat cleared out. Johnny's giving us all luck. All right, I've got Magical Raven luck. I've got Johnny luck. Let's see what we've got. Should I shiny hunt Palkia when I go to Spear Pillar? It's really your choice, but I will tell you, Joshua, before you do that, you can KO Palkia and come back after the Elite Four and shiny hunt it then. It will respawn. Also, I was very, very sorely mistaken. It turns out, in the original Diamond and Pearl, that mechanic was introduced. I just did not know. So apparently in OG Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, well, in Platinum, I guess you KO Giratina. But you can KO Dialga and Pearl. Jeez, let me do this again. Dialga and Palkia in Diamond and Pearl in the originals. You can KO them and come after the Elite Four, and they'll be back. I did not know that. So if you want to cry, yes. Sadly, I have a cold right now. Hey, I always, for some reason, I have 2 videos now where I was sick, and as soon as I'm sick, that's when shiny Pokemon start throwing themselves at me. That's another thing I don't want to make a habit of. Number 7 right here. Lucky number 7 is not so lucky. Next. Yeah, I didn't know that. I never even tried that. OG Diamond and Pearl were dancers for Prince in 1991. Biozine's making a reference I don't get. So I will sit here and smile at you and just be happy. I suppose that's a good way to go through. Let's see. I've got one more thing I want to check is, yes, thank you guys, 20 likes on the stream. The reason that's important to me is it lets me know that you guys did enjoy the stream. I really do appreciate that feedback. 7 is actually my lucky number, so I'm sad it didn't work for you. Raven, I should have known that before I did lucky number 7. Oh, no. Well, here's lucky number 8. Lucky number 15 is going to be the end of the stream. I will say that. Number 8, nothing. Nothing at all, nothing. So I would say, how long have I been live? Let me see if I've even got that info. How come it doesn't say that anymore? It used to say that, like, you've been live since. Okay, it started at 1, so let's say 3.5 hours, so I'll go to 4 hours, so that's about 400 encounters-ish. No, it says right here, live, 2 hours, 50 minutes. I'm an idiot. I'm just blind. So at 3 hours, that's about 300 encounters, so I will be at roughly 3,300 is the number. For Diamond, I mean, OG, I'm sorry, geez. Brilliant Diamond, I'm at about 3,300 encounters. I deleted 19 hours of footage. I really haven't been doing OG Diamond resets off stream either. Only Brilliant Diamond. Number 9, here we go. Number 9. Lucky number 9. Nope, not lucky number 9. Next. And the bane of my existence is when I pull up YouTube and I see shiny starters giveaway, 6 IV legendaries with egg moves, or starters with egg moves. All these hackers, like, if I could ban people for making money off of something stupid, that's what I would ban them for. I would ban them all. How dare you just sit there and give away. I know somebody, you know what? I'll call them out. I know somebody that streamed a bunch of giveaways, and that's how they got their channel monetized. I was like, you partnered off of just giving away hacked Pokemon. And you wonder why your viewership is not there, because he complains about that all the time. And I'm like, well, I'm leaving because that's all you talk about is viewership, but you hacked a bunch of giveaway Pokemon, and, you know, that's that's why. So goodbye. So I got tired of hearing channel growth this, channel growth that, and, you know, especially I get offended when somebody complains about not having a lot of viewers. It's like, well, here I am in chat. You obviously don't care about me, so bye. All right, number... Oh, crap. It was lucky number 9. This is number 10. Here we go. Number 10. The album Lucky 7 by Bob James is recommended. I would love that to pop up on my recommended. Number 10 is a flop. He's a fish flopping in the water. Yeah, I gotta ban that phrase. I don't know what that is, but it's really weird. They're not promoting anything. It's just like random stuff. I don't know, but I'll ban that phrase, and then they won't. You guys won't even see them in chat anymore. If YouTube's got one thing going for them, the banned words list is pretty effective. Yeah, it's, well, I mean, some people, that's all they talk about, dude. It's so annoying. All right, you know what I'm going to do? So this is number 11 on Brilliant Diamond. I'm going to do this. I'm going to switch you guys over. I'm going to switch the audio over. You can still hear me, but I'm going to put you on OG sounds of a Nintendo DS, a physical DS that is sitting here. If you hear any static, it's because I'm literally using a wire from the DS into my laptop. I'm going to do the next encounter behind Giratina, who I didn't notice. Yeah, he just kind of... Is he floating? Yeah, he floats in OG, but then he stands on the ground in Brilliant Diamond. Let's get an OG encounter going here. That sweet sound of a classic Nintendo DS. It skunked me. It didn't do anything for me. So I thought that would be some luck there. All right, let's switch this back over. All right, here we go. Number 11. Here we go. Number 11. I'm hyped for you. 11 feels like the number. Come on. Come on. Raven's got luck. Jonathan's got luck. Let's go. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let's go Pikachu and Eevee 2018. Man, I really want to do another Let's Go playthrough. I might do that live. I keep saying I want to stream more. I really want to do the two things that I said that were like the way, or no, it's three things. The three things that I haven't streamed that are way out there, random stuff for my channel. Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I did finally get to. We also need to finish Hades. But, and then Let's Go is something I wanted to do and haven't done that. And I wanted to do a Mario Odyssey playthrough, because Mario Odyssey is like perfection. It's so fun, and I haven't played it since it came out. And that's another thing I haven't done. I can talk about all the things I haven't done, or we can talk about the things I'm gonna do. That's how I look at it. Reset. Number 12. Here we go. 3 more encounters after this, and then I will call it a stream. All I can do is humbly thank each and every one of you for spending some time on New Year's Eve here to make my day good, to make my stream fun for me. You guys, we had some really cool talks. Shiny hunting is not the same when there's no one to talk to. So I really do appreciate it, guys. Let's do a quick encounter on the DS. I keep giving it time to scroll through the frames. Let's do a quick one. Nothing on the DS. Alas. Alright. So this is number 13 now, right? 13, 14, 15. I said we had 3 more to go. So yeah, here's number 13. I guess lucky number 13? Let's go with that. Lucky number 13. All right, Giratina. You've got 3 encounters left for the rest of the year. Do me a solid. Make this day end, or I should say make this stream end on a super high note. Let's see Shiny Giratina. Come on. Just like Dialga. I think Dialga, I said 3 more encounters, and that's when it shined. Nope. Not this time. All right. The final 2 encounters, guys. 2 more to go. That's it. That's all I got in me. 2 more. Thank you for another like. You guys have been awesome. I invite you guys to come back anytime you want. It's always a pleasure to have you guys in chat. I'm going to go fast on this one. Here we go. Instant. As soon as I spawn, talk to Giratina. Let's see what we got. OG Giratina. Nothing. You'll get it on the last one. Clutch. That's it. Biozine. That's the word. Clutch. There was a there was a channel I know that we used to, in the old days anyways, we used to make fun of him. Sometimes it was like total polar opposites. We'd call him Clutch Gaming because we all thought he was going to die or lose something, and then suddenly he pulls it out. Or we would call him Crutch Gaming because he'd find a mechanic that he could crutch on and win without using skill. So that was always Clutch Gaming. Oh, nope, Crutch Gaming's back. Here we go, number 14. Second to last encounter. Let's go. Pikachu and Eevee. Come on, let's see it. Let's see it. I feel... I gotta double check. There we go. I was gonna say, I'm looking at both screens at the same time. Physically, these screens are not close to each other. I'm bending over to look at one, and the other one's on the TV. So they're also backwards from how you see it. I actually have Brilliant Diamond on the right and OG Diamond on the left. All right, here it goes. So what we're gonna do for the final encounter. First up, OG. Here we go. Ready? Now. I'm going to watch this with you. Here it goes. Unfortunately, that is not a shiny, so I'm going to full screen it. I will come back if something significant happens here. Guys. Raven, Biozine, Walker, Jonathan, Lunar, X-Lead, Originated. It has been a pleasure. Sea Salt, if you're out there, my friend. I apologize that you came in at the very end, but here it goes. We had some great discussions today. Final Fantasy VIII, Final Fantasy IX, lots of Final Fantasy VII. I love Final Fantasy. I'm going to finish Final Fantasy X with Naya eventually here, shortly. I got killed by the final boss a couple times, actually. We talked about Kingdom Hearts. We talked about Pokemon games. We talked about collecting games. We talked about so much. Fishing, wrestling, music. It all comes down to this. This one final encounter. The final shiny. I had a repel. I didn't know I had a repel going. We had one final encounter. The final shiny of 2021 or the first shiny of 2022. What are you going to be, Giratina? What are you going to be for us? Here it goes. I'll read your prophecy. This is that where life sparkles. That where life has faded. A place where two worlds overlap. I will put... Oh, I can't put that. Never mind. I was going to say I'll put it up on both screens because the prophecy is the same on both screens. All right, whatever. We got this. The final encounter. Giratina, make me proud. Use all that luck right now. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. The last encounter of the stream. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Oh, you disappoint me, Giratina. You disappoint me so bad. You disappoint me so bad. You make me cry. Guys, it has been a pleasure. Thank you for the final stream of 2021. Thank you guys for all of 2021 because 2021 was an excellent year. And there was just so much going on in 2021 for streaming for me. It was just so fun. Splatfests, playing Splatoon, salmon runs. A lot of Friday Night Smash. I know it's been a little while since Friday Night Smash. I'll get back to that. There was Hades, Pokemon. I mean, my God, it was just everything. You raided with me in Pokemon. We watched the DLC come out together in Smash. This just been a wild ride, and what can I say? I loved it. I loved it. It was great. The only thing I have left for you is I'm going to throw a quick ball and leave. So, guys, humble and proud, I'm Nito Marquis. You guys are all welcome back anytime you want to come by. That's probably how the real one's going to go, too. Farewell. You guys, I want you to have a good New Year's, truly. And if you don't, I want you to get through it. Going into 2022, a partner, Biozine, I can't thank you guys enough for that. 2022, I am a partner. And nothing's going to change. But at least that much has. I will always be Nito, and I will always I never will be more than that. I will never change. So, guys, what can I say? It's been a pleasure again. I'll catch you guys. You know what? I'll catch you guys so much that I'm going to give you a bonus encounter. Screw it. I'm going to give you the bonus encounter. Every time I realize I give you a bonus encounter, you know what? You've earned it. You guys have earned the bonus encounter. I'll make it quick. I promise. I will sign out just as soon. I will end this stream. It'll be done. I have nobody to raid. I was just looking at my quick friends, and nobody's live. So I'm gonna give you the bonus encounter, and we're gonna leave. We're gonna drop the mic and just walk out, or something crazy is gonna happen. The only thing I can say is, oh yeah, if you like art streams, Janinjuice. Actually, there's Parachu. Parachu's another YouTuber that plays Splatoon. He plays competitively. I hardly play. Like, I can barely stay alive. Janinjuice is an excellent artist. He's in all of my descriptions, and he's been posting his streams. He's been cutting out stuff to where you can just watch him do his art. Absolutely amazing. He did the overlay. He did the overlay here. Here's your bonus encounter. This is the true last one. The bonus encounter did nothing for us. Farewell. You guys have a good night. Happy New Year. Truly, I hope that the new year goes well for you. Let's all start it out great. Raven, Happy New Year to everyone. You are correct. See you guys around, and farewell. Humble and proud, I'm Nito Marquis, and it's been a pleasure.